Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Give me a 9 up in the chat if I can be heard, family. All praises, all glory, all honor to the ever-present, omnipotent, all-powerful, all-knowing, all-loving Creator, the all in all, that always was, is, and never shall be. All praises. I salute you all in love and light, and in the name of the Great Spirit, I salute you. Look, y'all see the topic, right? Y'all see the topic. Y'all don't know, we Creative Gang been on a bit of a campaign lately, you dig? And we've rushed all the platforms, all of them. We done been on Sonetta, we done rushed the Source Debate League, cleared the set over there, you dig? And within a week, we did FOPE, Lions Den, and then Naphtali's New School of Thought. So it's clear we've shaken the entire social media and the internet up. We are what's in everybody's mouth right now. They're running their mouth, they're talking, but guess what? We have their attention. And I came off soft and passive and unsure. You know, I'm an Israelite. We Joan. Y'all to Joan me out the building. You dig? So no. Y'all know your brother Mali Megaton Light Bomb. You know me. I'm gonna go all out. And it worked. We got y'all attention now. You dig? So we back to teaching. If anybody got the nuts of a squirrel to come on out, then they need to come on either on our platform or on some type of neutral platform, and we can shoot it out. But y'all see the title: FOPE debate champion Naphtali commits suicide with her own source. Yes, she committed suicide. And this is what y'all gonna learn today is this: we put the timetables on whoever. That's where it get real Mickey and tricky. You dig? That's where it get real Mickey and tricky when we put that timetable on you, boy. You dig? She ain't know what she was talking about. I'm telling Quinaf yesterday, like, bro, look, like, you need to get her out these streets. It ain't because she a woman, but you know, hey, we got a gang of sisters that show up in a wasp. Gang of them. You dig? But you think we gonna sit back and let our sisters debate any one of you milly mouth misfits? Stop it. Nah, watch out, sis. I'll take care of that. No problem. Now, if you know she want to get out there and get down with the sisters and all that, that's understandable. You dig? But I don't know no men that'll let their sister get down with some other men. Nigga, please. We're gonna have fun whooping your ass. You ain't about to touch one of our sisters ever. You ain't finna talk at them sideways, none of that, ever. You know what I mean? So we about to go show and prove. I'm about to show a video. Y'all know how I like to do. I like to give an appetizer real quick. And again, dealing with all the biblical scholars, y'all. Biblical scholars dealing with chronology and all that. They date the Bible. They date the creation of the world, should I say, to 3761 BCE. You can't get around that. All right. So first, I'm gonna show an appetizer. I'm gonna show a quick little vid, real quick, and then we're gonna go to the video when we were on there, and we're gonna show her. We're gonna let her pull her source up. We're gonna pause it to make sure that's her source, and then we're gonna pull her source up on the screen. See, what she ain't know is I already got your book. I already got your book, Naphtali. I already got it. I know that book don't say nothing about no 12,000 years. You was winging your ass and trying to seem right. Instead of saying, well, dang, Mally, right, we really don't have no timeline like that. See, when we get to putting it, we can talk all that Noah's Ark and whatever, but when somebody say, what year did that go down? We get to comparing and contrasting it. That's where it get real Mickey and tricky, boy. It get real Mickey and tricky. And we're gonna pull your source up. You committed suicide with your own source. You killed yourself. You dig? And that's because there's a lust there to try to disprove or make us look silly. Look, none of y'all will ever make us look silly. We cover all aspects. We cover all bases. You know what I mean? So whatever y'all thought y'all had, and all y'all been huddling up, man, from the Lions Den, the FOPE, the Naphtali, all your source, all y'all been huddling up trying to take us down because y'all realize that y'all can't deal with this, man. It's a whole higher level of light that's outside. Similar to if there was something bright in the sky than the sun, more bright than the sun, you naturally gonna pay attention to it. So me, your bro, I gotta come off hard. Father came off unsure, swallowing, scratching my side, a whole bunch of ums, Well, y'all be like, Malaki, go sit down somewhere. You don't know what the hell you talking about. So me, I gotta come the way I come. You dig? And then when I'm seeing some words like battle, I come for blood. I don't come to exchange fancy and smooth soliloquies with you. You know what I mean? Because you ain't finna play with me. You know what I mean? And then y'all be like, man, Malaki got chased out the last den, and then went over to Naphtali. Naphtali ran him off. Nah, never. So I'm about to show this real quick. Tap in, Creative Gang in the building. We streaming from the Creative Gang app as well. Y'all go like, y'all go subscribe, y'all go share. Gang in the building. My camera start working again. I said, oh yeah, this was right on time, boy. This is right on time. So y'all go like, subscribe, share, Creative Gang TV. We about to blow that all the way up. We about to blow that out the stratosphere. That's where any of them got to come from here on out if they want to debate us or rap to us or any of that. You dig? And if y'all need some type of judges for y'all debates, the gang need to be judging. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. But we about to go ahead and show real quick. Let me go ahead and show this little quick appetizer, and then we're gonna go right to that video. We're gonna pull up her source, and then we're gonna pull her source up on the screen. She's like, it has a map. The Canaanite gods. The Canaanite gods. Like, woman, go sit down. You know what you're talking about. All right, so I'm about to show this, and then we're gonna go show. Yeah. You know, you really stuck your foot in your mouth. Right, and that's not looking good for over there. That's why I told Quinaf, get that girl out these streets, man. It's war outside. Yeah. It's war outside. Get her out these streets, man. You dig? Y'all the men, y'all supposed to be spearheading this thing anyway. Get her out the streets. It ain't because she a woman. It's because when it's wartime, don't we protect our women and children? All right, it's war outside in these streets. All right? You dig? I ain't gonna let none of my sisters lead the charge since I got this shit on back. Matter of fact, if any of these sisters trip, go ahead and get on them. You know what I mean? Bring them up to speed. But I'm not about to have my sisters out here that going heads up with men. Why? Going head up with men. You talking about the championship. Boy, this looked horrible for y'all over there. You know what I mean? This looked horrible. So we gonna show. Let me play this vid real quick, and then we gonna go ahead and get into the topic at hand. All right. Shout out to my brother Daryl Cosmon too. We'll be live with him in less than 3 hours on Creative Gang TV. He about to bring a powerful presentation. All right, and later on tonight, we got Cosmon Kyle on Creative Gang TV as well. So we on her all day. You know what I mean? Getting it done. I seen a little petty attempt to claim that I lost to her last night, but as y'all see, that turned into an intervention. It wasn't number brothers, you know, calling saying basically, look, we respect, bro. We just worried about him. All right, that's what it is. You dig? But note what you mean. So does that mean that title was clickbait? Naphtali beat the brakes off Malachi. You put the title on there to get people to click on it, but y'all never talked about it. Y'all played my voice message I sent you, Quinaf, and I shot straight at you and let you know what it was. Get that girl out these streets. She don't know what she talking about, huh? She don't. You dig? I shot straight. I ain't cuss. I ain't calling no female dog or heifer or whore, none of that. I ain't call out a name, none of that. I just talk. I shoot the shit straight up. You know what I mean? I know you watching, so we about to pull her source up. The source, she said, this is the timeline. This is my source. It has a map. Hey, so according to that source, when was the world created? She say 6,000. Man, cut yourself. How in the hell is the creation of the earth younger than the discovery or younger than Göbekli Tepe? How? And Göbekli Tepe is older than the creation of the world. It's definitely older than Noah's Ark. So that means the animals on Göbekli Tepe ain't got nothing to do with Noah's Ark. Everything to do with astronomical or astrology and zodiac and all that. That's what it's about, because it was an ancient observatory. You see? So let me show this real quick so y'all can see what's going on. The Canaanite gods. The Canaanite gods. Like, girl, look, you starting to sound like the chipmunks out here. Stop that. Take that moray off your name. You need to learn some more, sis. This is what it is. You're not ready for this warfare out here. You're not. The Canaanite gods. Woman sounds annoying. What the hell's going on out here? All right, now watch this. That work with Naphtali. That work with Naphtali. She beat Jabari and Shaka Utmost. And listen to me. Let me tell you something. I'm a whole nother force. They low hanging fruit too. I'm a whole different type of force to deal with. You know, she beat Jabari and man, look, stop that. Stop that. All right, here, I'm gonna go ahead and show this real quick, family.
The Saturday Swindle, Part 2. In the 4th century CE, the ancient Sabbath was supplanted by Saturday through a change in calendars. The true Sabbath of Scripture was lost. Hillel II, the priestly politician. Constantine the Great, emperor of the Roman Imperium, united pagans and Christians by exalting Sunday as a day of worship for them both. He shifted the memorial of the Savior's death from being commemorated at Passover on the biblical calendar to celebrating Easter Sunday on the Julian calendar. Constantine's son, Constantius, went one step further. He outlawed the use of the biblical calendar for Jews as well. In subsequent years, the Jews went through iron and fire. The Christian emperors forbade the Jewish computation of the calendar and did not allow the announcement of the feast days. Graetz says, the Jewish communities were left in utter doubt concerning the most important religious decisions as pertaining to their festivals. The immediate consequence was the fixation and calculation of the Hebrew calendar by Hillel II. As Constantine was the power behind an action that ultimately led to the loss of the biblical calendar for use by Christians, so another man, a Jew, was responsible for a reaction producing consequences just as far-reaching. Hillel II, the president of the Sanhedrin, adapted the annual feasts to the Julian calendar. He also transferred worship from the biblical Sabbath to the Saturday of the planetary week. Prior to the destruction of Jerusalem, the high priest had been in charge of the calendar, while the Sanhedrin, rabbinical Supreme Court, presided in Jerusalem. There was no set calendar. They would evaluate every year to determine whether it should be declared a leap year. This task fell to the president of the Sanhedrin when the priesthood was no more. Under the reign of Constantius, 337 to 362 CE, the persecutions of the Jews reached such a height that the computation of the calendar was forbidden under pain of severe punishment. In reaction to this situation, Hillel II, in 359 CE, took the extraordinary step of modifying the ancient biblical calendar that Jews and Christians might more easily coexist, declaring the new month by observation of the new moon and the new year by the arrival of spring can only be done by the Sanhedrin. In the time of Hillel II, the last president of the Sanhedrin, the Romans prohibited this practice. Hillel II was therefore forced to institute his fixed calendar, thus in effect giving the Sanhedrin's advance approval to the calendars of all future years. With Hillel's new calendar system, distant communities would no longer have to wait for messengers from the president of the Sanhedrin to know when a new month had started. Each community would be able to determine for themselves when a new month began and when a 13th month was to be added. When Hillel II fixed the calendar, he incorporated leap years on a permanent basis. It is possible, but not provable, that this particular cycle of leap years was used and understood prior to Hillel, as it follows the 19-year Metonic cycle. Hillel based his calendar on mathematical and astronomical calculations rather than observations. This calendar, still in use, standardized the length of months and the addition of months over the course of a 19-year cycle so that the lunar calendar realigns with the solar years. Hillel declared a 13th month to be intercalated in the 3rd, 6th, 8th, 11th, 14th, 17th, and the 19th years of the 19-year cycle. But Hillel did more than make known a 19-year cycle of intercalations that was, in all probability, used all along. He also transferred the observance of the ancient Sabbath from the 8th, 15th, 22nd, and 29th days of the lunar month to every Saturday of the Julian months. This change necessitated another: rules of postponement. Rules of postponement are a set of regulations for controlling when the new moon can be declared. Under certain conditions, the rules of postponement delay the declaration of new moon for an additional day. These rules of postponement are: 1. The Jewish New Year, Feast of Trumpets, may not fall on Sunday, Wednesday, or Friday. 2. If the new moon, or molad, for the 7th month falls on Sunday, Wednesday, or Friday, the new moon is postponed until the following day. 3. If the molad of the 7th month in a common year occurs on Tuesday at 3 a.m. and 204/1080 parts or later, the new moon is postponed until Thursday. 4. In a common year following a leap year, if the molad of the 7th month occurs after 9 a.m. and 589/1080 parts on a Monday morning, new moon is postponed until Tuesday. The change of the weekly Sabbath from the lunisolar calendar to Saturday is clearly implied by the needed rules of postponement which, prior to Hillel's fixing of the calendar, had been unnecessary. According to the Jews themselves, the new moon is still, and the Sabbath originally was, dependent upon the lunar cycle. When both the Sabbath and the annual feasts are calculated on the lunisolar calendar, rules of postponement are unnecessary. It is only when the yearly feasts are calculated by one calendar and the weekly Sabbath is calculated by yet another, there are conflicts requiring rules of postponement. Without the rules of postponement, the annual feasts come into conflict with Saturday. For example, if Feast of Trumpets, new moon for the 7th month, were to fall on a Sunday, the last day of Feast of Tabernacles would fall on a Saturday. This would conflict with the traditional observance for the last day of the feast. Hence the need for the first and second rules of postponement. The third rule of postponement ensures the common year in question would not be longer than 355 days. The fourth rule of postponement guarantees a common year following a leap year is not shorter than 383 days. This fixed calendar is highly regimented. There are exactly 14 different patterns that the Hebrew calendar year may take, distinguished by the length of the year and the day of the week on which Rosh Hashanah falls. Because the rules are complex, a pattern can repeat itself several times in the course of a few years and then not recur again for a long time. But the Jewish calendar is known to be extremely accurate. It does not lose or gain time as some other calendars do. This was an act of survival by Hillel too. It was made in response to the brutal persecutions of Constantine's son Constantius. With his own hand, the patriarch destroyed the last bond which united the communities dispersed throughout the Roman and Persian empires with the patriarchate. He was more concerned for the certainty of the continuance of Judaism than for the dignity of his own house, and therefore abandoned those functions for which his ancestors had been so jealous and solicitous. The members of the Sanhedrin favored this innovation. When Hillel too fixed the calendar, he effectually gave permission to the Jews to worship on Saturday for all future time. Only he, as president of the Sanhedrin, could do this. Today, over 1600 years later, the action of Constantine and its resulting reaction by Hillel II are still impacting hundreds of millions of people around the world. Because of these two men, 1. Catholics worship on Sunday in honor of the resurrection. This is in accordance with the Act of Constantine, which changed the observance from a luni-solar calculated Passover to the pagan solar calculated Easter. 2. Jews worship on Saturday because Talmudic law justifies the act of keeping one day in 7 when one does not know when the true Sabbath falls. 3. Most Protestants join with Catholics in worshiping on Sunday, the first day of the modern Gregorian week, assuming it is the day of the resurrection. 4. Saturday Sabbath-keeping Protestants worship on Saturday because it is the 7th day of the modern week, and they assume, since the Jews worship on Saturday, it must be the biblical Sabbath. 5. Muslims, likewise, honor the pagan papal Gregorian calendar keeping by going to mosque for prayers on Friday. It is not possible to find the true seventh-day Sabbath using the modern Gregorian calendar. This solar calendar is nothing more than a pagan method of time calculation. The early Julian calendar was established by pagans for pagans. It was officially adopted for ecclesiastical use at the Council of Nicaea. It was later adjusted by Jesuit astronomer Christopher Clavius at the request of Pope Gregory XIII, hence the name Gregorian calendar. Clavius confirmed the Julian calendar, and thus the Gregorian calendar that comes from it, is founded on paganism and has no connection whatsoever to the biblical calendar. In his explanation of the Gregorian calendar, Clavius admitted when the Julian calendar was accepted as the ecclesiastical calendar of the Church, the biblical calendar was rejected. The Catholic Church has never used that Jewish rite of celebrating the Passover, but always in its celebration has observed the motion of the moon and sun, and it was thus sanctified by the most ancient and most holy pontiffs of Rome, but also confirmed by the First Council of Nicaea. The most ancient and most holy pontiffs of Rome, here spoken of, refer to the pagan college of pontiffs of which Constantine, as Pontifex Maximus, was the head. Emperor Constantine desired unity. He achieved this goal through ecumenism and outlawing the use of the biblical calendar for remembering the death of Yahushua. Hillel too desired the physical survival of Judaism. He achieved his goal by compromising with paganism and modifying the biblical calendar. Constantine's action and its accompanying reaction by Hillel has led to the assumption by multitudes that Saturday is the biblical Sabbath and Sunday is the day on which the Savior was resurrected. Thus, Christians and Jews alike have calculated their worship days using pagan solar calendars, neglecting the true Sabbath of Yahweh. None who desire to worship the Creator on His holy Sabbath will calculate worship days by this abomination of desolation that dishonors Yahweh and desolates the soul. Only the lunisolar calendar of creation can pinpoint when the true Sabbath occurs. Lay aside the traditions of man. Accept only the word of Yah. And worship him by his ordained method of timekeeping.
Oh wait, oh wait, oh wait. Well, y'all know how we do. We like to get some thought-provoking content going. You did before we jump into what it is. So that right there, I'm about to put that link in the chat. That right there is called Hillel II and the Saturday Deception. You dig? It's pretty deep, pretty deep. Now, I don't mean everything you hear and listen to that you're gonna agree with, you dig? But hey, it's always good to challenge what it is that you believe, fine-tune it to make sure your flank ain't open out here. You feel me? You don't want to be out here with no hospital gown doctrine. Flank wide open. Reading wide open. You over there tripping. All right, and paste that. Paste that. All right, that's that link right there. Y'all go ahead and do y'all thing. So look, y'all see the title, right? FOPE debate champion Naphtali commits suicide with her own source. With her own source. All right, they caught themselves doing a video about your brother last night. I'm thinking they about to go over what I brought out and debunk it, but it ain't turning into that. It turned more into a testimonial. Well, now I'm gonna call it an intervention. But bros got on there and spoke honorable. Ain't nobody really, throw no shade or nothing like that. You feel me? So salute to that. I mean, it is what it is. I ain't, my Israelite career, it's been immaculate for real. You dig? Back to back, banging. So to all the brothers that chimed in and voiced their concern, ain't nothing but love over this way. But look, listen to me. I understand why you would perceive certain things that way, but eventually we're going to have a conversation. You dig? I got your attention now. That was the point. You dig? And y'all already know I'm going to blow anyway. Like, if it's battle on the flyer, I'm coming for blood. I ain't coming to play with you just because you're a woman. Nah. Don't get in this ring then. Get your ass out these streets. You feel me? Because it's war outside. Like, it's serious. The spiritual warfare is turning up. You feel me? So I salute all the brothers that voiced their opinion, that voiced their concern. No one spoke bad, spoke evil. Everybody kept it solid, which was cool. You know what I mean? Salute Steel City Brew. That's my bro. He in the chat right now. He don't agree with me, but it's all good. Everybody saying you have to agree. You dig? But one thing we gonna do is set it off. We gonna show and prove. You feel me? And that's what I called your girl Naphtali on. Like, all right, so what's the date? What's the date that source say? You see, when you put them on that timeline, all the funny business is off the table. Now you got to reference something in history and show it. You see that? So we're going to go show this video and then pull her source up. You see? And that was and that's what I meant when I was saying she's smarter than that. Better than that, because you are. You dig? Stop lusting to cut me. All y'all. Stop lusting to cut me, and Mally done fell off and all that. So when I'm like, all right, ball game then. Because y'all know I play ball. Meaning I'm really out here. So I hear all the talk, but when I'm like, all right, you a wolf or you crying wolf, what's up? You did get in the ring and smoke everybody. It's just what it is, man. I ain't bragging. It's the truth. Smoke everybody. Back to back to back to back. Let off a megaton light bomb all over social media. That's all everybody talking about is a WASPy and Creator Gang now. You got your attention. Got your attention. You feel me? That's the point. Had I came like wakey, eggs and bacon, wakey, eggs and bacon. If I came like that, y'all wouldn't have heard nothing I said. You'd have laughed at me. You'd have joned on me. You understand? You'd have tried to shame me. Nah. You never come up off me. I'm always clear the block. Always. We can talk cordial later. You understand? But if it's battle, and it's like, all right, and I know y'all, so I know y'all huddling up trying to trip me up. If that's what it is, you should already know how I'm coming. I ain't letting nobody talk at me. I ain't letting none of y'all sit me down and show kneecaps. I'm not here to learn from you. I'm not. I'm here with a higher light. And y'all need to understand, I know all your doctrine. Like, what are you talking about? What you about to tell me I don't know? I already know it. I know your doctrine. I know where you coming from. I know what you gonna say. I know what you believe, quote unquote. So I'm not here to be taught by you. It's the truth. It's not bragging. We dealing with a higher light than y'all. That's why WASPy is able to clear the set the way it is. If it's a Dr. Seuss book or if it's demonic or devilish, how can it whoop the word of God? You say the Holy Bible is the word of God. How is a WASPy winning? How? The religious devotees just running right out there. Yeah, I'm going to defend it. I know I got faith, and getting their asses handed to them. You feel me? Getting their asses handed to them, y'all. Like we didn't clear it out the whole like every you sign that the Source Debate League, FOPE, Lions Den, Naphtali. We didn't clear the set. The whole set been cleared. But we got everybody attention. You know what I mean? Now we got your attention. You see what I'm saying? Now it's time to teach and understand. Tap in. We pulling up ancient artifacts. We dealing with timetables of prophecies and arc cycles, and we the ones telling you to not murder your child if God inspired you to. We the ones telling you, nah, don't be spilling blood and going to war. We the ones telling you stop sacrificing all them animals and chewing on loin meat just because you feel like eating something. We the ones challenge you in righteousness, love, and good works to be better. That's what we do. We ain't the ones over here telling you to go rape, kill children. You know what I mean? We ain't the ones over here tell you woman mutilation, or if you fall on hard times, you got a right to sell your daughter. We ain't the ones on none of that. We the ones come preaching and pumping the light of the Creator and love, righteousness, and good works. You thought that message was gonna come soft for me? Nah, you thought wrong. I know no other way but to bomb. I'm gonna bomb every time. So just let it be. Well, it ain't no battle, Mally. It's just a dialogue. Well, me and her should have been on there talking ourselves. You know what I mean? And then you want to get goofy, and then we hit back. What you mad about? You make your little cartoons and your little rap videos, and you know it's all fun. All right, well, we your own back too, though. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I hit back, or whenever I raise my voice, now it's like, oh, brother, you a bully. Look, y'all got to stop all that softness, man. You dig? I know Israel. You dig? I know Israel like the back of my hand. And I'd rather be viewed as a rebel on a warpath than a brother who got shut down and his tail tucked between his legs and he had to flee like a scolded dog. That'll never happen. I'm the type of brother to go out on my shield before I let that happen. That will never happen. You dig? So let's get into this. Let's show. Yeah, they made a video last night, and the title had to be clickbait because y'all never addressed what it is that I addressed. You mean she whooped the brakes off me? Stop it, man. That's what I'm saying. Like everybody needs to like if you ain't willing to be real first, then you're not ready to have a conversation with Creator Gang. You're not, because we're gonna keep it real first. We're gonna keep it so real. If we read something in WASPy that goes against what the Creator is showing us, guess what we gonna say? Yeah, we gotta call that into question. You see that? We don't worship any book around here. We understand how to go look and extrapolate out of something that applies to us that will affect righteous change today. Whatever don't apply to that is dead knowledge. I don't even read Leviticus about chopping off goat heads and dissecting organs and pulling it out and scraping the fat off and burning it for a sweet smelling savor. That's all dead to me. That has nothing to do with spiritual progression and what I'm doing. But if it's in righteousness and good works and love your neighbors yourself and be willing to go the extra mile and help them brothers and sisters, man, I'm ball game. I'm always game for that. That's righteousness and good works. That's what lead to it all. That's what lead to salvation and resurrection. You know what I mean? The righteousness you do for others. That's what YHWH's teaches. Right? But that's what all the great prophets of old taught. You know what I mean? It wasn't just Yahshua taught that. It was prophets before Yahshua that lived in different time periods that taught the very same thing. You understand? Right? The Creator, love, righteousness, and good works done unto others is your key. Is your key to resurrection and salvation. Yeah. That's what we talking about over here. Y'all want to bring up the white man. That's why I said, look, fuck him. Put him to the side. Let's just deal with the information. Y'all don't go there hard at James Strong, the Strong's Concordance. You don't go there hard at Eleazar Yehuda, Pocket Dictionary Yehuda. Y'all don't go there hard at Merriam-Webster's dictionary. And all these are white men. What are you talking about? The Bible itself, the KJV, is owned by the British Crown. You don't Blue Letter Bible show you that. All rights are reserved inside of the United Kingdom. The British Crown hold the rights to the KJV. Those aren't Bantu Negroes from the Congo. Those are white men. What about the Greek New Testament? That's Westcott and Hort. More white men. They're the ones that basically fathered and birthed the Christian apologetic movement. Oh, what about the brothers that claim they speak Paleo Hebrew or Lashawan Quadash and you don't got no vowels? That was coined. That was coined in 1954 by Solomon Birnbaum, a Jewish white boy. Before then, everybody knew that was Phoenician. Everything we talking is verifiable. You ain't making none of this stuff up. And so the whole thing is to act like, okay, a white man has something to do with what y'all talking about. A white man has touched every spiritual text you Negroes claim you read in English, Spanish, French, Swahili, I don't care what it is. Claim you reading the Metu Netur and you going off Wallace Budge and that, man, all these are white people. Who do you think Jerome was that did the Latin Vulgate in the 400s? A white boy. So we got to stop acting like we mysteriously have a secret text that the white man ain't touched. From the Nazarene saint literature to the Bible to the Quran to all of it. White folks, the white man had touched all of it. You know what I mean? They ain't touched all of it. So at some point, we got to get past the colorism. Let's just deal with the information in there. Some of the stuff may sound crazy to you, of course. That's natural. But you got to ask yourself, do it sound as crazy as a woman being made out of a rib of a man? Do it sound as crazy as 2 people that populated all this? Do it sound crazy as 8 people? Basically 6 people after the flood repopulated everything and there wasn't no incest involved. How did 2 people populate the entire earth, but there was no incest involved? You see? So yeah, you're going to read things that sound crazy, but then you always got to ask yourself, do it sound as crazy as what I'm already believing? I'm believing in walking, talking snakes, talking donkeys. You know what I mean? I believe in all type of stuff over here dealing with the Holy Bible. Yeah, it's a book full of supernatural stuff that the average person wouldn't believe unless they saw it today. You feel me? So yeah, you're gonna read things in every spiritual book that's gonna have you like, huh? That sounds crazy. You understand? But that shouldn't be enough to be like, I ain't finna keep reading to get the full story, to get some understanding. You feel me? So yeah. We about to get into this though. You know, it's all good. But yeah. Little sis committed suicide with her own source, man. You feel me? And a lot of people want to paint the picture like Mally that fell off and lost it. Like, nah, I was just loading up. You think I've been able to do what I just did these past 3 months if I lost the light? Y'all just ran through, smashed it all. All praises to the Creator. Ain't no praises to me. I'm just saying, people who lose the light fall off. They stop teaching. You feel me? They lose the recall. They don't got the fire and desire no more to even be like affiliated with nothing spiritual and none of that. They just lose the light. You know what I mean? Me, I'm right in your face with this. What's up? Yeah. See, that hit different. Hit different, don't it? Yeah, see, you can run your mouth and say that the brother fell off, but then when the brother call you to the flow, you dig, and dust you in front of everybody, then what? How did he lose the light? Obviously not. He handled up. He set it off over there. Yeah, it's time to have a conversation, Israel. That's what it's about. Stop being afraid, man. I ain't on nothing satanic. I'm not cool with the devil. You know, with drinking blood and harming children and raping women. And man, whoever is down with raping women and harming children, fuck them. They my enemy. I don't care what book they hold. Or WASP, Bible, Quran. If you into Peter Nasty and pedophilia and rape and all that, you my enemy. And if any of that happened to one of y'all, I'm gonna come help paint the city red with you, Jack. That's just what it is. That part. Yeah. We ain't finna sit idly by and just let something happen. No, it don't work like that. Don't work like that. We protect the women and children over this way. You dig? So let's get into this. Let me show. It's easy work, y'all. But I appreciate the brothers that was, chiming in. All of them said they knew me. All of them saluted, respect. Gave a small testimony about how far we go back. Yeah, I go back. I'm from that side of the track. You know what I mean? I go back. Like look, I've been a brew before it was a YouTube. I've been teaching since before it was a YouTube. It wasn't no YouTube when I first got down. You see what I'm saying? And I'm still banging. What you mean? Right? But a higher light is outside. We here to bring it on out for you, right? So watch this. Yeah, I ain't on nothing demonic. I ain't heard nothing yet. Like, what is y'all talking about? All right, let's show this. Let's show Naphtali. Man, look at her. She's looking very, very frustrated right there. Looking very, very frustrated right there. Oh, man. Now we're about to play this so y'all can hear. This is a clip. All right. Now watch this.
Why are you talking?
You the one that said you got the timelines. When was the earth created according to that? Oh, wait. See what she said? She came at me like, why are you talking? She sounded like she was frustrated with you, bro. Hold on. Let's go back so y'all can see. Look at that. Look, y'all see the book? Y'all see the book, don't you? I wish I could blow the screen up. Yeah, I can. Oh, wait. Y'all see the book? Y'all see the book? Give me an 8 up in the chat if y'all see the book. Oh, we got you, sis. We got that ass. That bookie is right there. Y'all see that? Yeah. We got receipts. Got that ass. Hey, nah, this is why I told you, man. Put her inside, bro. You need to go sit down. This looks bad for y'all. All right? This looks bad, all right? This looks very, very, very bad. We got that book. Ain't that something? In a rush and in a lust to prove to me, because I said she ain't got no timeline to show you that can link up, go back, we tap in. She ain't got that. They ain't got no timetables or prophecies over there. It's all vague. But y'all see that? That says Rose Book of Bible Charts, Maps, and Timelines, 10th edition. Y'all take a picture of that. Matter of fact, before we done, we going to drop the link to where y'all can go download it yourself. Bezel said her mouth would have dropped. Boy, if you came to the screen with that, yeah, it'd been over. It'd been over. Naphtali, you know good and well this book don't say nothing about no 12,000 years, woman. Quit get her out these streets, bro. You, K. Judah, and Shaw Sham need to be spearheading all that over there. You know what I mean? If she want to get down with some sisters, I got plenty of sisters over in the creative gang that'll handle her real quick. She can bang with the sisters, but y'all should not have this little girl out there banging with men. What are y'all doing, man? How she out there banging? Ain't none of y'all even taking no debates. I understand you faithful and loyal and you got to defend your champ and all that, but that don't look right. It just don't. It don't look right out. It don't. You got some sharpshooters over there. You got K. Judah and Short Sham for sure. You know what I mean? I know Sham. I just talked to Sham probably like a week ago or something like that. He told me he working 12-hour days, so that's understandable. But yeah, y'all need to unleash K. Judah. Unleash that brother. Let that brother get on out there and get to swinging his sword and all that, because he's sharp. You dig? But y'all see the book right there, right? Take a picture. I'm going to drop the link in the chat later so you can have it. Okay? Yeah, we got receipts. We got receipts. Nobody's playing. But in a rush, it sounds smart. Look at her. She bragging on it too. She got it by her face. Look. We finna play this. Hold on. We finna play this. She had to come on her screen and everything. Oh, man. Hold on.
I have to show myself. I wasn't even going to do that. Okay. So right here, guys, he said that I don't have anything. He says I don't have anything. This is a book right here. What does it say? It says
Bible charts, maps, and timelines.
Bible charts, maps, and timelines. So he asked me, where do I get my stuff from?
Hey, so notice she said, he asked me, where do I get my stuff from? She's saying she gets her stuff out of this Rose book of Bible charts, maps, and timelines. Y'all just heard that. Y'all just heard that. Give me a 7 up in the chat. This is where she's going. This is her source. It's time to go sit down, sis. Take that moray off your name. You're not that yet. And you just came around. How are you a moray? And I don't even think a female is supposed to be a moray. I think your name supposed to be like a Morah, something like that. But not no moray. But even if you could put the female, version of teacher on your name, no. See, this just shows you're not a genuine teacher. You went and pulled the book and act as if it said information in it that it didn't say. It doesn't say that in there. Now you got to ask yourself, why did I even do that? In a rush and in a lust to seem like you were right, because I was roasting that ass, and you know that. You know that. That's why you cut the camera on, came back on, shut it down. Let me show you what I got. And then you got these Millie Mouth misfits in your chat clapping like seals at the zoo at feeding time. Oi, 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 oi. Like, yeah, I don't even know. I got that book. What are you talking about? Got that book. Watch this. This is sad, man. This is sad. It's time to sit down, sis.
I get it right from here.
I get it right from here. The Canaanite gods. This is where she get it from, right?
Notated in here. So don't nobody got nothing to make up. I have real documents. I don't just pull stuff out of my head. I don't just make anything up. So don't do that. Don't disrespect me like that. Now I hear, yeah, you just sat up there and disrespect.
And there go Yaven. He fell asleep. Yaven, boy, if you listening, you were snoring. Now y'all watching this sister back, man. You got a nigga online snoring. And boy, you need some bass in your voice. Boy, you sound like you got kicked in your nuts or something. Like your voice all high and like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, man, there's a whole bunch of just misfit, just just can't get right spirits over this way, man. It's real weird, you know what I mean? Like, dude straight fell asleep. We all heard you snoring. But how this supposed to be y'all champion? You supposed to be guarding her 6, boy. You need to put some bass in your voice, boy. You sound like you ain't got no nuts. Like somebody kicked you in your nuts or something, man. Like, real talk.
Me like I don't have, like I just came out of the blue.
That's projection.
That's what did he say? That's projection. I think the Millie Mouth Misfit meant to say conjecture. Man, hey man, like stop this.
Do you have a book like this?
She said, do I have a book like this? Yeah, or WASPy smashes your Bible maps, charts, and timelines. And I was showing that all night. I showed that all night. We got timetables of prophecy over this way. We know how to tell time over this way. You don't. Remember that book, y'all? This is what she's bragging about. She's bragging about this Bible chart, maps, and timelines as if it agrees with her. It's time to sit down, boo-boo. It's just time to sit down. You know what I mean? Y'all men jump on out there and spearhead that, man. Spearhead that. I got some sisters that'll tighten you right on up, though, Naphtali. Easy, real fast. That's in my chat right now. You know what I mean?
First, go ahead and pull your book up, Malachi, right now. I'll give you some time. Where's your scientific books at? Where are they? Go ahead and pull it up. I'll wait. Why?
She keep looking over there. Her husband over there like, cut the tape. Cut the tape. Cut the tape. Yank the cords. Look.
You over there doing your thing. Shoot.
My man just showed you an article. Like, I don't really understand. Like,
hold on. I heard him say a lot, and I don't need you to talk because I was silent. I didn't say anything.
Shout out to my brother, Lou Shu. Louis, you know what I mean? He say, look, my man just showed you an article. Like, what do you mean nonsense? You dig? And then again, y'all, they so low hanging. It's always about being light skinned or being Puerto Rican or, you know what I mean? Nah, Louis, my nigga. I don't care what none of y'all say. That's one of our bros. See, we ain't caught up in all that colorism shit y'all on, man. That shit low hanging fruit. Huh? We judge every man and woman based off the content of their character. Boy, MLK was right, huh? Based off their spirit, man. Based off what's real. You dig? Shout out to my brother Louis, man. Luke Shook.
Anything while he was up there saying all that nonsense, who cares?
What nonsense, though?
Louis asked her, what was the nonsense? You see, she real frustrated. She real frustrated. You see that? Louis asked him this straight question. What was the nonsense? He brought an article out. What's nonsense? What's nonsensical about it? Look at her.
I'm getting ready to tell you what it is, and I don't know why you talking.
Look at her. I don't know why you talking. Like trying to handle, and you wonder why I turn up. Look, woman, you look, nobody over that way will ever talk at me. You know what I mean? And Louis ain't finna let you talk at him either. Like, I don't know, like social media then gave a lot of y'all some squares. A lot of y'all some nerds. Social media then gave even the nerds a lane out here to open their mouth and run, and you know what I mean, and come outside like they about all that. Look, stop all that talk. Stop that, because when we face to face, it don't be none of that coming from none of these cats. None of it. You be skinning teeth, smiling, my brother. Like, come on, man, stop that.
Because I don't understand what nonsense you're talking about. Okay. It wasn't the
Hey, let us speak. Let us speak, bro.
She's speaking.
Then be quiet.
No, you be quiet.
With them 3D glasses, be quiet, bro.
All right, thank you. Like I said,
So then look at him with them 3D glasses. Be quiet, bro. This Negro, right here, right, trying to jump. But look, we ain't gonna let y'all talk at us. That'll never happen. Look at this.
Allow Malachi to speak.
Stop all that, man.
I allow the man to speak.
It ain't even. Look, let my people's back on.
Let your okay.
That's your people's.
Wow.
Yeah, my people.
He's being disrespectful to the platform. I told him to be quiet. I told him 3 times. I let you have the show. I didn't interrupt you. Yahweh didn't interrupt you, did he? No, he did not. So don't do that. Don't be disrespectful. Now just be quiet. Like I said, he asked me, where did I get?
Look at her. Just be quiet. Like we your children. Look, girl, you look. That's what I'm saying. Like you out here in the streets with men. You dig? You don't be talking to us like we your sons. Now be quiet. Close your mouth. The Canaanite gods. Nah, you don't handle us like that. You know what I mean? Watch this.
My time frame from, I get it right here in Bible charts, maps, and timeline.
You just said this is where she get it from. Y'all heard this? This is where she gets her timeline from. Look at this.
That's where I got it from. Here's my source document.
Here's my source document. She's standing on it.
It's a very good book.
It's a very good book.
It has a map in it. Let me show you the.
He said it has a map in it. Sis, look, let me tell you something. It better have a map or more than one map in it. Look at the title of it. Like, come on now. Like, it has a map in it. Look at this.
Actual.
How old? When was the earth created? Or when was
Why
the world
are you
created?
talking again?
You see how she tried to handle me? She frustrated, angry. Why are you talking again? Like I'm her child. You dig? Look, let me tell you something, little mama. You'll never talk at me. Period. I don't do all that. I don't do all that. You know what I mean? No, what it is, y'all huddled up and thought y'all was gonna shame us and y'all got y'all shit rocked. That's what happened. Talk that to your children. Come on, why am I talking again?
Why are you talking?
You the one that said you got the timelines. When was the earth created according to that? Look at her. She looks over to the right. Look over to hubby. He over there like, look, cut the tape, yank the cord. Don't do it. Y'all see that? She has, that's right in the beginning of that book. You see, she unfolds the timeline. That's the timeline, y'all. It's in the very beginning of the book. Got that ass. Got that ass, girl. Got that ass. What you talking about? And look how she had to look over. You out of your league. You out of your league. Don't worry, we're about to get into it. This is where you get your timeline from. It's a very good book. This is my source documentation. All that. Huh? Look at this.
The earth was created 6,000 years. Here it is.
Wow, so that article I just pulled is true then.
6 to 12,000 years.
Then she holds it up. Do y'all see that? Let's zoom in. She pulls the page up. She pulls the page up, y'all. Remember that? We gonna go to the same page. And she got the nerve to say that page say 6 to 12,000 years, y'all. It's time to sit down, boo-boo. Time to sit down. You pulled that up knowing could nobody even see that. And you was thinking nobody even had that book. Girl, I got that book. You just killed yourself. You just killed and destroyed your whole shenanigans concerning being a teacher. Because you're not even willing to be real. You're not even willing to be authentic. You willing to pump fake and paint a picture as if you standing on something and you not. You probably be a good ass poker player. But I just called your bluff. You just said 6,000, then you said 6,000 to 12,000 years, and you held out the timeline. You said this is your source. This is a very good book. This is what it is. Didn't you just say that? Didn't you just say that? You just said that. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Give me your Fope in the chat if y'all can see my screen. What do we have here? What do we have here? Oh, wait. What is it we have here, Malaki? Oh, wait. Is this the same book? Got that ass. Yeah. You say, Malaki got a book. I got tons of books. Told you I done read almost everything. It's a very good book. That's what she said. Says it's time to stand down. Your whole that whole FOPE, the champion, you a moray now. You went from queen to moray. All that just got took from you. You can't come out in the streets teaching like that no more. Anybody see this? Know you a fraud. You a fraud. You a fraud. You dig? And the only reason this coming out like that, hey, Quinaf, next time bring your biggest gun if you gonna run down on me, Jack. You better finish the job. Bring your biggest gun running down on me. Bring your biggest gun running down on me, Jack. Let's get into this. Y'all, this is the very same book she just had up. Y'all see that? Very same book. Rose Book of Bible Charts, Maps, and Timeline. And y'all, it's the expanded edition, the 10th anniversary. It's your source. I know y'all watching. Some of y'all students, y'all been sitting at sucking from her paps, sitting at her kneecaps with your chin in your palms, like, ooh, Naphtali is so deep. Really? Y'all sure about that? You sure about that? Because y'all, this right here is the very chart she pulled up. The very chart she pulled up right in the beginning. Good Lord. Good Lord. Time to stand down, boo-boo. Look at this. That's the chart she pulled up and spread out. Look at that. This is your source. Bible history. What date is that over there? That says Abraham. 2166 to 1991 BCE. That's Bible history up top. Look at the earliest forms of writing, world history. This book don't say nothing about no earth being created 12,000 years ago. Hell, it don't even say 6,000 years ago. The earliest date it got on it is right here, world history, and the earliest is what? 3,200. Earliest forms of writing, cuneiform. Yahoo says the PDF is available. That book is common information. That book has been proven to have discrepancies for years. Girl, you pulled a book out that all us got. You know what I mean? We got that book you pulled out. It's a good book. Y'all, look, she just committed suicide. And as you scroll down further on the timeline, y'all, the dates drop. So it ain't like we're going to scroll further and get an earlier date. No, this is early as it gets, right here. 2166 BC. For Bible history, 2166 BC is the earliest Bible history in this book. The earliest world history is 3200 BCE. That's around the time of Normal of Egypt. Look at that. Creation to Abraham. Now maybe you can add up all these years right here and get close to 6,000, but you definitely ain't getting no 12,000. And look at the dates they got on her for the Old Kingdom pyramids built 2,700 to 2,200. Girl, this book don't say nothing about no 12,000 years. You've been exposed as a fraud now. You fraud. And that looks horrible for you to jump out there. That's why I was trying to tell you the whole time. You smarter than that. You dig? But then y'all do y'all video last night, and I guess y'all thought y'all was going to say, look, Israel will never shame me. I done kept it too solid with Israel. I'm a solid brew. I'm the type of brew that'll feed you if you're hungry. Give you my last type. Like, you ain't got nobody. Only niggas talk bad about me is the goofy ones. My Israelite career been immaculate. What is you talking about? Immaculate. I'm known for banging. I'm known for stirring the pot up. I was trying to get Battle of the Holy Books going back in the mid-2000s. Guess it wasn't time yet. But y'all, yeah, this is her source right here. And as y'all see, she's not just a liar, a damn liar. FOPE, this look bad. This look bad. This is the very same map. It has a map. Timeline. The Canaanite gods. Look at the earliest date on there. For Bible history, 2166. Sit your ass down somewhere. Stop it. Stop it. This is your source. Let's go back and hear it. That's what she said. This is my source. This is what I use. It's a good book. And we go into the book and see there ain't no date older than, for Bible history, than 2166 BCE. Second millennium BCE. Man, oh man, it's a problem. That's a major league problem. Major league problem. Let's go back and hear it one more time. Then I'm gonna show y'all what it is we was pulling up. See, there go the exact picture. There it is. That's what we just looked at. Screw it up. Share this tab instead. I like that, how they do that. Y'all see what's on the screen, right? Now watch what she got up. You see that? It's the same picture. That's as much as I can blow it up right there. It's the same exact picture. You see? You just killed yourself, sis. Your whole career, your whole validity as a teacher is ruined. It's runt. It's time to go inside and study some more. Do you some studying, sit on down, meditate and reflect, and don't you ever in life, I don't care if you in a debate, you know what I mean? I don't care if you in a dialogue, don't ever wing your answers like that. Don't ever in a desperate attempt to seem like you know what you're talking about, pull out some shit that you know don't even say what you're talking about. That prove you ain't solid out here. That prove you can't even be trusted as no type of teacher or moray. Don't you ever do that. And it's all good, man. You know what I mean? I ain't mad or nothing. I'm letting you know this in front of the world, woman, because I love you. Ain't like a woman can't teach. You can teach, you know what I mean? But make sure you being real first. You got a lust to jump out there and spearhead something. Look, you need to sit on down. Sit on down. The minute FOPE need to spearhead this war that's going on out here, you dig? And you just need to sit on down, study, and learn. Right? And when your time comes to open up your mouth, make sure you keeping it solid. Because you knew that book don't say nothing about no 12,000 years. You know that. It don't even say 6,000 years. You know that. Don't even say that. And trip off this, even if it did say 12,000 years, y'all, 12,000 years is the same age of Göbekli Tepe. So you mean to tell me that the earth and Göbekli Tepe was made at the same time? Nah, that don't make sense. You see? When you get them on that timeline, all that shit fall. Let's go here one more time. Let's go here one more time.
Here it is. You probably can't see it, but it's
so
right.
Not 12,000 like you said earlier.
No, it is 6 to 12,000.
It just said your source says 6,000. Now come on. Look at her. Look at her. She looks over again. She looks over again. Her husband like, woman, look, bring that down. Look.
It is 6 to 12,000.
It just said your source said. Look, she keep looking over. She keep looking over. She keep looking over. Come on, sis. That's why when I was on there, I was telling you, look, you know I love you. You better than that. I know you smarter than that. You dig? And y'all stop lusting, trying to you know what I mean, catch Maccabee up. It's been, look, get in line. You know how long my enemy's been trying to catch me up and catch me slipping? You got to be on this more than me to catch me. You dig? Like, you got to be really getting in your bag while everybody out partying and bullshitting and, you know, falling in love. And you dig? You got to really be like studying and meditating and getting your increase and praying and activating and elevating. Yeah. Like, you really got to get with me. You got to really play ball out here. You don't play ball full time. You know what I mean? Like, on a street level, on the street, and just taking it, not glorifying nothing street, but I'm just saying on a street level, you got gang bangers and gang members. You know what I mean? Majority of y'all are just members. You dig? Now, I really play ball. I bang. Don't call me to no battle and think I'm finna play it soft, because I'll never do that. But look how she looking off. Look at that. It's time to sit down, boo-boo. It's time to sit down. That's it. It's 6,000 now.
No, I did not say my source. I said it's between 6 to 12,000 again.
Come on, can y'all let us speak? Now. Come on, Malachi. Come on, bro.
Come on, sis. Come on now.
At me like that. Now I sit here. Yeah, you just sat up there and disrespecting me like I don't have, like I just came.
Dang, son. Got that ass. Damn, now. That's messed up, cuz. That's messed up, cuz. Got that ass. Now, damn, man. I hate to do you like that. You know what I mean? And it's crazy, when we first got on there, she was laughing like, I hate to do y'all like this. I'm finna handle y'all. I'm like, girl, look, you know what the fuck you talking about. At all. There it is. Now see that? Now see that? Now you see that? Same book. Same exact book. Girl's a baby. Shout out to Roddy Rob. Blessings to you, bro. May the Creator continue to comfort you and your fan, bro. Leave that know that she a sippy cup brew, man. Baby. Girl's a baby. This is crazy, man. Same book. Same exact book.
Came out of the blue.
That's projection.
Where's your, do you have a book like this? Go ahead and pull your book up, Malachi.
I got your exact book, but that book ain't hold a candle to your average 5th grade science book. Your 5th grade science textbook. Everybody got that book, girl. What you thought you had a special gym? Nap, I hope you ain't buy that for no $100. I know $200. You better have got that from the Goodwill some damn word for like $5. You know what I mean? You act like you got some type of secret gem, like you done found one of the lost books of Adam or something crazy. Like, stop this.
Right now, I'll give you some time. Where's your scientific books at? Where are they? Go ahead and pull it up. I'll wait while you over there doing your thing. Shoot.
My man just told you an article. Like, I don't really understand. Like,
hold on. I heard him say a lot, and I don't need you to talk because I was silent. I didn't say anything while he was up there saying all that nonsense. Who cares?
What nonsense, though?
I'm getting ready to tell you what it is, and I don't know why you're talking. Don't interrupt me.
I don't understand what nonsense you're talking about. Okay. It wasn't.
Hey, let us speak. Let us speak, bro.
One more time you
She's
interrupt.
speaking.
Then be quiet.
No, you be quiet.
With them 3D glasses, be quiet, bro.
All right, thank you. Like I said, I allowed Malachi to speak.
Stop all that, man.
I allowed the man to speak.
It ain't even look. Let my peoples back on.
Let your okay.
That's your peoples.
Wow.
Yeah, my people.
He's being disrespectful to the platform. I told him to be quiet. I told him 3 times. I let you have the show. I didn't interrupt you. Yahweh didn't interrupt you, did he? No, he did not. So don't do that. Don't be disrespectful. Now just be quiet. Like I said, this
girl thinks she's somebody's mama, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't know who raised you to talk to men. You know what I mean? Any old kind of way, sis. Like no real man will let you talk at them. You dig? And don't get me wrong. I'm about respect going both ways. You dig? I ain't about dogging the sisters and you know what I mean, sisters are beneath me and all that. But no. We gonna respect each other to the utmost. You know what I mean? Salute to my sisters in the creative gang, the goddesses in training. Ain't nothing but love over this way. We love our women over this way. We protect our women over this way. We protect our children over this way. You dig? But that don't give, just because we do that, don't give you a right to talk to a man or at a man as if he beneath you. See that?
Ask me, where did I get my time frame from? I get it right here in Bible charts,
This is where she gets her time frame from, y'all.
maps, and timelines. That's where I got it from. Here's my source document.
This is my source document. This is where I get my timeline from.
It's a very good book.
It's a very good book.
Has a map in it. Let me show you the actual
How old? When was the earth created? Or when was
Why
the
are
world
you
created?
talking again?
Look at her. I think she gonna talk to me like she my mama. You dig? Man, look, this looks horrible.
Why are you talking?
You the one that said you got the timelines. When was the earth created according to that? Look over again. Girl, you about to get in trouble. Girl, you about to get in trouble talking to Maccabee like that. What's wrong with you?
The earth was created 6,000 years. Here it is.
Wow. So that article I just pulled is true then.
6 to 12,000 years. Here it is. You probably can't see it, but it's
so
right
not 12,000 like you said earlier.
No, it is 6 to 12,000.
It just said your source says 6. Over again, you're lying. Liz, you're lying. 6,000 now.
No, I did not say my source. I said it's between 6 to 12,000 again.
Come on, can y'all let us
look over again?
Speak. Come on, Malachi. Come on, bro.
Come on, sis. Come on now. And look, she get off camera. Y'all see that? I'm pleading with her like, sis, come on. You better than that. Stop that. She knew she was lying, y'all. She knew she pulled a source that was not saying what she said. Come on, sis. You better than that. You know what I mean? Don't ever, but never compromise your integrity to be right. Don't compromise that. All we have is our integrity out here. All you have is your honor. You're going to ask me what happened to honor and humility. All you have is your honor and integrity out here, and you going to compromise that just to seem as if you right? It's time to stand down, little girl. It's time to stand down. You bros at Fope hit that front line, bruh. She shouldn't have been out there spearheading that anyway. If she want to get on, we got sisters in the gang that'll tighten up right now. That's in the chat right now that'll get at her and get her together. You know what I mean? But she should not be over there spearheading that, not being sloppy like this, Quinaf, and you know that. You know that. That's sloppy work. And I ain't making none of it up. Everybody sees she said this is her source. It's a very good book. It says 6,000 years or 6,000 to 12,000 years, and it don't say that at all. It don't say that. Huh? You see that? You see that? Yeah, that hit different. You disqualified from holding the title of moray or a teacher, any of that. The whole world know now you fraudulent. When it comes to this teaching thing, you fraudulent. And that don't mean you can't teach nothing in the future. It's time to sit down, study, and really understand what it is. It's time for you to be real with yourself first and start calling bullshit when you see it. You dig? And whenever it's time to come back outside for you to teach again, sis, guess what? Never compromise your integrity and your honor just to sound as if you might be right. You call yourself a teacher, that means you got students. You about to lead your students right off a cliff. Believe in that madness. You know what I mean? Oh, this is what it was, y'all. She asked about archaeology. All right, this is what happened. She asked about archaeology. All right, what archaeology validates OWASP? That's what she said. All right, and soon as she asked that question, we spent the next 2 hours talking about that. You feel me? The next 2 hours. And she got slaughtered. It was a slaughter. It was a total slaughter. It wasn't even close. And now that we know that your source is false, or your source is not saying what you claim it was, all right? So let's go ahead and get this. Let me share this with y'all. You know what I mean? Nah, you ain't qualified to teach nothing no more. It's time for you to sit down. It's time for you to sit down. You know what I mean? That's what time it is. It's time for you to sit down. The Canaanite gods. Yeah, your whole teaching pass has been revoked. You didn't quit. Now, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourselves behind that. It look like y'all hiding behind this woman, and bro, she is not deep at all on nothing, on none of this. Bro, we just proved to the world she compromises and sacrifices her integrity and honor just the same as if she might be right. No, Jack, no, there ain't no honor. And that's why I told you a long time ago, I'm not finna debate that girl, man. You crazy. I'm gonna debate her, man. It'd be a slaughter if that was timed rounds. Man, stop it. Stop it. It'd have been a bloodbath. You know what I mean? And you better be thankful we ain't get past archaeology. I don't even think y'all realize how loaded up we were. We was ready. Look, we covered every aspect. Every aspect. That's the link in the chat to what we about to read. The Canaanite gods. To my brother Marcus Israel. Shout out to my brother Marcus Israel, Omaha, Nebraska. Baby, bro, sent me some beats last night. Hey, Marcus, connect with Bronze and Taz and all them brothers and Young Prince. You did. You ain't on Mark. You gotta get on Facebook so I can put you in some of these groups with these brothers, man. These brothers, we got a production crew out here. You know what I mean? That's one of our faithfulest brothers up in Omaha, Nebraska. Marcus Israel, man. Good brother. Known him for many years. Many years. You know what I mean? He tapped in with the SPC crew down in Houston. K Reno and them. Dope E. You know what I mean? SPC been rapping since 1987 down in Houston. You dig? That's Marcus Israel, or they know him as 9 Lives. 9 Lives, you know what I mean, in the underground and all that. That's one of our bros. He gang. Like, he straight gang. You know what I mean? Straight up. I've been rapping. I rapped to him last night. And, bro, you got me back inspired to do some music, sending me all that. You dig? But knows what he said. He said, Mally, you are a patient man. I have no wherewithal to hear nor entertain our brothers who really just want to hear themselves. I'm still waiting for someone to address what is food offered to devils. Exactly. They still ain't even addressed that, big homie. Marcus, they still ain't even addressed that. That's been sitting on the table for almost 3 years now. Almost 3 years. So y'all tap in with each other, man. All right, so let's read this article. Check the chat, make sure we all good. Yeah, YAH'S up in here, Marcus. Dreadful Cosmine is YAH'S. YAH. Yeah, y'all link up, man. We need to be tapping on in with all the bros, all the sisters. You know what I mean? We need to link. We need to link. You dig? That's my bro right there. He about you older than me, Marcus. You in your mid-40s, I think. Mid to upper 40s, whatever. But hey, that's a good brother right there. Met him in person plenty of times and embraced his bro. He be banging in them courts too. Oh man. All right, so let's read this. Salute to your family, brother. Blessings. All right, so we at the ancientorigins.net. I just put it up in the chat. So let's read this. She asked, what archaeology is validated by OWASP? All right, so we go to Gobekli Tepe. All right, Archaeological astronomy and the second hill of Osiris. Now they calling this the second hill of Osiris, y'all. Let's go see when it's dated. Is it dated to 2400 BC or 2700 BC? Because if it is, then it has to do with the Osiris the False of Egypt. But if it's not, it's talking about a different Osiris. Let's get into this. And don't worry, I'm going to connect it right to Owaspy so you can see how this archaeological find or discovery that was discovered in 1994, 113 years after Owaspy was written. It was discovered in 1994. Right? I'm going to go show how this archaeological discovery validates Owaspy. Or how Owaspy is validated, the information on Owaspy is validated through this archaeological discovery that was discovered almost 30 years ago. The naming of places in the ancient world was a serious affair, particularly with regard to temples. A name enshrined the purpose for which the site was intended, or reflected a truth about its history. Look at it. Thus, understanding the real name of Göbekli Tepe, offers the greatest clue as to why people of a forgotten era created a monument that is both out of place and out of time. Yeah, I'm gonna explain Osiris the False Steel City. Give me a second. I'm gonna explain it. I'm gonna pull up the arc cycles and all this so you can see. Then you see the time period. You see, oh, hold on, that can't be the same guy. It's a total different time period. And the Osiris or Osir and Owaspy is never worshipped. He ain't worshipped. You know what I mean? He holds the title of an Orion god, but he's a son of the creator. And he was sent to the earth to help progress man concerning science and astrology, star maps and all that. Yeah, but this was 7,000 years, 8,000 years before the Osiris everybody know in Egypt. So yeah, that's basically what it is. But I'll pull some pictures and all that in a minute. All right. Its ancient Armenian and probably oldest name is what? Port Asar. Port Asar. You know, Asar is really the name of Osiris. It's Asar. So port or hill of Osiris or Port Asar. This ancient Armenian probably oldest name is Port Asar. And it breaks down into two syllables. Port, meaning navel or umbilical cord. Identifies the site as a navel of the earth. A seeding place where the knowledge of the gods was first deposited. Where such epicenters exist throughout the world. Wisdom spread across the land like ripples, touching the uncivilized and the brute and elevating the potential of humankind. The second syllable, Asar, is revelatory, for it is none other than the original name of who? Osiris. Look at this. Primary Egyptian deity and lord of the other world. It can be said then that this hill is the umbilical cord of Osiris. Now, in order for it to mean the Egyptian deity and lord of the other world, this has to be dated to 27 to 2400 BCE. That's when Osiris was worshipped and revealed as a god. All right. So look at this. A lot of the world don't know about Osiris or Osir, the son of the creator. Look at this. The forgotten Egyptian dish reveals early astronomical symbols of key constellations. Göbekli Tepe shamans and their cosmic symbols. First pictorial representations of Göbekli Tepe found. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Watch this. No stuff be happening. There we go. Right up there. Right here. Look at this. Port Asar's most fascinating stone circle. Port Asar's most fascinating stone circle is enclosure D. Its organic material has been carbon dated to what? 10,500 BCE. Y'all, that's 8,000 years before Osiris of Egypt. You see that? That's 10,000. Look, that's the 10th millennium BCE. Look at that. Suggesting people were present here 300 years after the meteorites strike that triggered the what? Younger Dryas. So y'all, we definitely ain't in the second millennium BC. Right? You know about the Younger Dryas and the different ice ages the earth is going through. YHWH'S talks about all of it. Now you gotta ask yourself, how is this known before there's an internet? By the same token, C14 Dayton of the wall mortar protecting this enclosure offers a range of what? 9,990 BC to 9,600 BC. Still in the same time period. All right, suggesting activity at the site 100 years either side of the meteor strike that generated the Great Flood and the end of the Younger Dryas. It would appear that someone came to this hill in Anatolia to construct what appears to be an observatory or a library in stone, then carefully packed up the site and left prior to the destruction about to unfold. Göbekli Tepe, archaeoastronomy of the northern sky. What does astroarchaeology have to say about the actual construction date of Enclosure D? One featuring 13 T-shaped pillars, each carved with a plethora of animals and symbols. Remember that. The pillars have animals and symbols on them. Well, Naphtali said that the animals represent the animals that got off Noah's Ark. But if that's the case, you gotta show us Noah, Ham, Shem, and Japheth carving and drawing animals when they got off the ark. Stop it, man. Those animals have everything to do with the zodiac. Remember, this is an astrological observatory to study the stars. The animals represent the signs of the zodiac. The animals are not Noah's, and the flood of Noah hadn't even happened yet, according to the biblical timeline. It hadn't even happened. So how are the animals that Göbekli Tepe the animals that got off Noah's Ark, when Noah's Ark, according to the biblical timeline, didn't happen to around 2500 BCE, 8,000 years after this? And that's the same time that Osiris the False was ruling. Why in the hell the flood was in the days when Osiris the False was ruling? Come on, man, make that make sense. Each with carved with a plethora of animals and symbols in relief, many with astronomical connotations. It has been suggested that the pillars were aligned to reference the setting of the northern constellation. I don't even know how to say that. Collins in Hell. Cygnus. I bet Cal P know how to say that. Man, I'm walking dictionary around the deal. So as we keep scrolling, you'll see more. Let me see. There goes some of the animals right there. See that? She got the nerve to say these animals represent the animals that came off Noah's Ark, y'all. Y'all, Noah's Ark, according to the biblical timeline, didn't happen to 8,000 years later, around the time Osiris the False was ruling. No, the animals that are on the pillars of Göbekli Tepe have to do with the zodiac. Maybe some more. All right. Right here. See dates? We got dates. We ain't just running our mouth. We got dates. Look at this. As the sun descended below the horizon on the winter solstice in the epoch of what? 10,500 BC. 10,500 BC. Let's go show the arc cycles. And another reason you know that this Osiris ain't got nothing to do with the Osiris of Egypt, because the Osiris of Egypt had nothing to do with the Orion belt and the constellations and all that. Look at that. Right? Northern exposure, Göbekli Tepe, winter solstice, 10,500 BC. Vega's name derives from the Arabic YAH'KI, fallen swoop, and it refers to a time when the rotation of its host constellation. Lyra was seen as a swooping vulture. That was during the epoch of 10,500 BC. This might explain why Pillar 43 features a prominent relief of a vulture with outstretched wings, one of which touches a circle, and two smaller, less mature vultures stand on either side. Okay. This ain't got nothing to do with Noah's Ark. Look at that right there. Like a scorpion right there. Crab or scorpion. My brother Elijah in the building. Bless up, King. Blessings to you. So now this ain't got nothing to do with Noah's Ark. These are all these animals carved on this astrological temple have everything to do with the zodiac. All right. Looking to the southern sky. The sitting of enclosure D below the summit suggests that the northern sky was perhaps not the primary aim of the monument. Turning to face south at the same time, Vega appears in the north, the belt of Orion. The belt of Orion rises briefly above the horizon. Its narrow arc framed by pillars 19 and 33, which pillar 32 marking the constellation's highest ascension in that era. All right, so we see what we're working with, right? See what we're working with. We're going all the way back to 10,500 BC down to 9,900 BC. Now look at this. This is what we show. Let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something. Yeah. Elijah, we just pulled up Naphtali's source. She pulled up, bro. She was straight lying. She straight lied. We pulled it up and showed it. You dig? Her teaching path has been revoked. Because it's all for the sake of sounding right, she compromised her integrity and her honor. All in a rush and a lust to cut me. You know what I mean? Like, bro, you let her know she ain't like I'm a whole different type of force. You know what I mean? I heard Quinafton, she beat up Jabari and Shaka Utmost. And I'm like, look, you can't even compare them to me. I don't even know, like, what does that mean? You know what I mean? My brother Lucy, he said, honestly, I never looked him to go back to Tepi enough to ever think to link it to the time on Sir. Good shit, bro. All praises, man. Now, if y'all see this, we right here, the HERBAL. She asked about archaeology. I went right to it. Now, remember the dates, right? Do y'all know that the Hebrew calendar that's been in use since the 2nd century of the Common Era, the video we just watched, created by Hillel II. The video we watched in the beginning, that's the dude that created the calendar. Okay? Trip off this. According to Hebrew chronology, the world was created in the year 3761 BCE. Do y'all know how foolish that sounds? That sounds foolish. Especially for one of us to believe that, man. Hold that for a second. Let me show y'all what we're talking about so you can see. You can get a grasp. You can understand where we're coming from. All right. This right here is illustrations, and we're going to break down some of the arc cycles. Remember, time is measured in units called arcs. All right. Over this way, we got the timetables of prophecy. And we can put certain events in certain time periods and reference that. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go down to the 23rd. Hopefully this deal load up for me. The pictures wouldn't load the other day. That's why I couldn't pull it. And the pictures wouldn't load. Okay, 17. That's the flood of Noah. This right here. All right, gonna blow this up so y'all can see. This is the 23rd arc cycle. Okay. Shout out to my bro SHALOM. He sent it to like, yo, Mally, son, you gotta have this, son. Yo, Mally. He salute to the God. Y'all know I see that talk, man. Man, you gotta have this. All right. Now this right here, y'all, is basically our whole timeline from the creation of mortals, from the first arc cycle, all the way over here. I'm trying to zoom this in carefully so y'all can really see. Go down some so y'all can see. 23rd arc cycle after the creation of mortals. The Hebrew creation stories within this arc cycle. Because remember, 3761 BC is when the world was created, according to the Hebrew scholars. And even that book Naphtali pulled out, she tried to say it said 6,000 years, but it didn't even say that. See? So your timeline, when we put you on the timeline, that's when it get real Mickey and tricky. You get real Mickey and tricky, you put them on the timeline, Jack. All right, so this is Ark 1, or called the Ark of One, creation of mortals. Up here, Ark of Nu, Ark cycle number 10, first era of civilization. Cities are being built and all that. But remember, each Ark cycle is an average of 3,000 years. So by the time you get all the way up here to the Ark of Nu, or the 10th Ark cycle, we 30,000 years past the creation of mortals. All right. And then when we get all the way over here to the 17th Ark cycle, this is called the Ark of Noah, or Noah. Noah was a time period. Remember, arcs are units that time is measured by. All right. So now we know the 17th Ark cycle. You put 3,000 on that. 17 times 3,000 get you what? Roughly 48,000, 50, 51,000 years after mortals were created is when the great flood happened. All right. 24, 25,000 years ago for us. Flood went down 25,000 years ago, Naphtali, not 2,500 years ago, 25,000 years ago. You see, the 23. You see this earth right here. That's the earth travels. There's this road right here. The earth travels, and it comes into bands of light. They're called the arc cycle, the beginning of an arc cycle. So the earth travels through its stages of darkness. You see that it's dark between these light pillars. So it's natural. You're gonna be going through light. You're gonna be going through darkness. Light, darkness, light, darkness, light, darkness. Whenever the light comes, it's the new arc cycle. See? So we all the way up here at 25. This is the common era where we at. All right, the creation story, y'all. Look at this. Man was created back in the first arc cycle, back here, over 71,000 years ago. The biblical creation story of the world, y'all, takes place right here. Not even 6,000 years ago. 69,000 years after the creation of man is when the biblical creation story takes place. If y'all understand that, give me a Fope up in the chat, man. See, we got receipts. We know how to pull. We know how to tell time over here. We ain't guessing. This ain't lick your finger scholarship. The flood did not happen 2,500 years ago. The flood went down 25,000 years ago. Huh? And it was triggered by the sinking of the continent of Pan, which is in the Pacific Ocean. You think I'm lying? You think I'm lying? Call me on it. Because we got something we can go reference and see right now to prove there used to be a continent right there. Google the Ring of Fire and hit images. And look how massive that continent was. The ocean floor of the Pacific Ocean is the top of a one-time continent called Pan. Japan is a fragment of it that was left. And that sucker touched every continent almost. It touched North America, Central America, South America, Australia, the Philippines, China, Russia. Yeah, that deal touched all of them over there in that Pacific. When that continent was sunk, the flood waters rose up, and that's where those fleets of ships got to dispersing. And the people on those fleets of Ham became the Hamites. They were the ones that when that ship finally landed where they the people of Ham. The people who was on the ships of Shem, where Shem ships finally landed, fleets of ships of Shem, they are the Shemites. And that's the land of Shem. That's the land of Ham. And that's the land of Japheth. You feel me? Now we put the timeline on it. When we put the timeline on it, all that extra shit falls out the window. It absolutely means nothing. All right. Now look at this. The 23rd arc cycle, y'all, is called the Ark of Speeder. And it was a 2,400-year arc cycle or period. Okay. It started in 3953 BC. That's that date all the way down here at the bottom. Started at 3953 BC. Okay. And it ended in 1553 BC. See that? All right, that's the time period. Now, in the arc cycle, now remind you, we 23 arc cycles passed when man was created. According to the Hebrew scholars, this is when the world was created. In 3761 BC, you mean to tell me that the 23rd arc cycle after the creation of mortals on this earth is older, the start of it is older than the creation story in the Bible? If y'all understand that, give me a 2 up in the chat. See, we explain, showing you how to tell time, right? YHWH's teaches you how to prophesy as well. Look at that. Right, so within the 23rd, that's why when we put you on the timeline and you get to talk about all this flood of Noah and Mount Ararat, and it sounds like it sounds real childish to us, because you got to realize we're dealing with a more sophisticated and a more highly advanced timeline than what the Brews are dealing with. All right, we tell time different than y'all. All right. Now look at this. That's the start of the Hebrew calendar. All right, 1,656 years from Adam to Noah. All right, they're saying that the flood went down 2106 BC. This is what the biblical scholars are saying, y'all. All right, that's the Middle Kingdom in Egypt, y'all. Stop it. With no flood during the Middle Kingdom of Egypt. Are you serious? Wow. Think about what we're saying here. If the flood went down in 2100, the Osiris the False was ruling then. Sargon was ruling over in Mesopotamia. Do any of them talk about them witnessing the flood? Stop it, man. Stop it. All right. Time for 422 years, Noah to Abraham. Time of Abraham, they giving Abraham 1684 BC. Wow. And then down to 1553 BC. So, y'all, do y'all know how foolish it is to even argue with us? The creation story, according to all the Hebrew calendars and according to the Hebrew scholars, the creation, it is the year 5783 for a couple more days. And it's going to be the year 5784 since the world was created. It ain't been 6,000 years since that date, y'all. To prove that date is what they use. What year is it according to them? You see, it's the year 5783. See, that's off. That's off. What do you mean? Our arc cycle started in 3953. 23rd arc cycle started in 3953 BC. So the entire breakdown of the Bible is between the 23rd and 24th arc cycle after man was created. Well, if the world was created in 3761 BC, how was man created 71,000 years ago? Make it make sense, man. That's it. All you gotta do is make it make sense. And be real with yourself. Be real with yourself. Look at this. More breakdown of 23rd arc cycle. See, like, you put these charts together, big dog, straight up. All right, so we see 23rd arc cycle started the Hebrew calendar all the way over here to the left. All right. And it's the rise also around 3753 BC is the rise of Anu-Hassaj. Right? You got to read Owaspi to know who that is. That's the guy that actually gave you all these false stories. Anu-Hassaj, he's a false god. He's the one responsible for the titles of Lord and God being worshipped in the earth. It's him. We'll read about him one day. All right. But look at this. So it was a battle of 1,000 years, started in 3753 BC. All right. You got Aegean darkness for 400 years. That's when space substance falls to the earth. Now look at this, 3200. This was a date that was on the source Naphtali pool, 3200. But that's during the time of Norma. Remember, Norma is supposed to be a Hamite, or is a Hamite, meaning a son of Ham, right? Well, how is Norma a son of Ham? But the time of Noah or the flood is all the way up here. Norma should be living after the flood. to be a son of Ham. Ham wasn't living all the way back here, 3200 BC. Norma is an African. The first ruler over Egypt, to be exact, was Norma. Look up the Norma palette. You'll see what's happening. He cutting off heads and all type of stuff. But Norma is supposed to be African or a Hamite, a descendant of Ham. How is that possible when Bible says that the flood happened in 2106 and Ham ain't get off the boat on the other side of the flood to 2106 BC, a whole 1,000 years later? A whole 1,000 years later. How in the I'm saying the timeline, the biblical timeline is false. It's all jacked up. Compare it to the timeline in real history. You'll see. Hold on, they making a lot of this stuff up. You feel me? That don't mean there aren't artifacts and all that, but how they're timing this and what went down is completely off. Completely off. The flood didn't happen to 1,000 years after Norma, but Norma's supposed to be a Hamite. Make it make sense. All right. In time of Abraham and all that. All right. He was ready. This right here is the 23rd and the 24th arc cycle together. All right. You see that? You talking about the flood went down in 2106 BC, right? Look at the bottom right there. What is that? That's the Middle Kingdom of Egypt. You got any history that during the Middle Kingdom of Egypt it was a great flood? Hmm? Hmm? You got any proof? Yeah, your girl Naphtali is a fraud. We just pulled her source up and showed her source ain't say nothing she was talking about. Nothing she was talking about. She lied. She sacrificed her integrity for the sake of sounding right. Right? And we just exposed it. Time to sit down, Bobo. Time to sit down. Look at this. See, the Middle Kingdom, if you're talking about the flood went down, according to biblical scholars, this is when the flood went down, 2106 BC. Well, y'all, that's the Middle Kingdom of Egypt. Hmm? Yeah, bro, you can. I would suggest trying out the epochs and all that, the yugas, and see if they can hold a candle to the timetables of prophecy that YHWH has to offer. You know what I mean? A lie, even the Ethiopian calendar can't nothing know. I'm telling y'all. You dig? The timeline, the timetables of prophecy, bar none. I ain't ran across nothing that can even hold a candle to it. Nothing. See? So the 23rd through the 24th arc cycles, 3953 BC all the way up to 1848 AD. All right. That's over 6,000. That's close to 6,000 years. 5,800. Right? And sure about this. That's right, because it is the year 5784 in a couple days. That's roughly 5,800 years. And they're running around here telling you that's everything from the creation of the world all the way up to where we at today. You know what I mean? All the way up to 1848. Y'all, some ain't adding up. See, we got the timetables. All right, we put it right on the timetable. Now remember, we just showed Gobekli Tepe, and it was dated to when? Let's go show that again real quick. Let's just show the date. All right, then we're gonna pull up. We're gonna pull up YHWH. We're gonna pull up timetables of prophecy. Then we're gonna pull up YHWH, and we're gonna read what inspired the first temples of observatory. Look, we look at 10,500 BC, right? But they say the mortar is down to 9,600. I want to show that. Then we gonna show. Look at this. 10,500 BC. Y'all, we talking 12,000 years ago. That's how you know it ain't Osiris, the green nigga in Egypt. Osiris the false. That's how you know. He wasn't around that long ago. Read it right here. These are the dates for Gobekli Tepe. By the same token, C14 dating of the wall mortar protecting this enclosure offers a range of what? 9,990 BCE to 9,600 BCE. See that? Shout out to my brother Dominique. You right. Yeah. They wrong. Absolutely. But it's you gotta learn, like Benaiah, if you learn what the timetables of prophecy, if you get into the cosmogony and prophecy and the synopsis of 16 cycles and all that, NOWASP, getting it at, and if you can understand that, you understand. If you can understand that, then you'll be able to see clearly. You did. But you gotta be able to compare the two. So we see the date, right? We talking 10th millennium BCE. Does everybody understand that? If you understand that, give me a 3 up in the chat. Gobekli Tepe was built 12,000 years ago. Okay? Now, let's go show the timetables of prophecy. And then, guess what we're going to do? We're going to go read Owaspy and show. And that's what she be like, and how does this apply to Owaspy? Slow down. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you exactly what it is. All right? Ain't nothing to be afraid of, man. A lot of our people are scary. Stop being afraid of what's going on. And all you got to do is just be real with yourself. Be real with yourself. Woman committed suicide out here, man. Any of you brothers following behind that ought to feel ashamed of yourself. Like straight up, that was horrible. You know what I mean? FOP got a lot of shuffling to do. Like the bros over there need to be spearheading that. Like for real. Y'all get that sister off that front line. We got sisters she can bang with over this way. You feel me? She should not be out there in front of like fighting men and y'all sitting back like, ooh, go Naphtali. What you? That's a woman, bro. Like that's your sister. Y'all supposed to be protecting that woman. You know what I mean? Bro, she just got her ass handed to her. It was sad. It was sad. And bro, look, we got your source. You pulled your source up. You pulled it out. It's a good book. This is what I go by. This is my timeline. The Canaanite gods. It's my timeline. This is what I go by. Yes, the world's created 6,000 years. Like, woman, sit down, man. How is your source for Gobekli Tepe older than your creation story? Stop it. Then you want to say, well, no, 6,000 to 12,000. That ain't what that says. It don't say that. We just pulled your source up. Put it on the screen in front of everybody. Mali Megaton light bomb, boy. Yeah, I know what time it is, man. All right, let me share my screen real quick. Let's get into these timetables of prophecy in a second. All right, 1 second. What I'm going to show right now is timetables of prophecy. Let's go ahead and link the date. Let's get the date right. All right, we got 9,900, 9,990 BCE down to around 9,500, right? We'll pull the timetables of prophecy. This is only valid dates. I put the link in the chat. Just scroll up Natural Sweet Too. I'll put the link in the chat already. All the links. All right, right here, y'all. Timetables of prophecy. All right. I pulled this out the other day so you can see what's going on. All right. You see the Samoan age up here. That's the seeding time of the earth. Seeding. Look what's happening. Plants are created, serpents are created, animals created, beast man created. You got your first era man. All right. And all this was the Samoan age or the age of planting. And guess what? Each age was 6,000 years. You see it over there? That's how long each one was. All right. And look, you got your BCE to CE timeline. You got your before Cosmon to after Cosmon timeline. So we talking about when everything started getting seeded over. This go round was over 95,000 years ago. But when The first arc cycle swung around. It was 3,000 years. Arc cycle 1. All right. It started in 71,523 BC. And it lasted to 68,523 BC. It's called the Ark of One. All right. The name of the archangel or the Ethereum that was over that cycle sent by the creator is Sathantes. Bro say, "What? You ain't got no names of angels in your book." I'm like, y'all not reading. Archangel. That was his rank. He was an archangel. Right? And it was the first era man created. Right? According to Owaski, Ions or Abel. All right. So now that's right there. That is arc cycle 1. Now, if we go all the way down here to arc cycle 21. Arc cycle 21. All right. It lasted 3,300 years. It started in 10,353 BCE. When is Göbekli Tepe dated? 9,990 BC. Göbekli Tepe. A temple to observe and study the stars is dated to this same time period. It started in 10,353 BC and it ran to 7,053 BC. All right, so within that time period right there, y'all, within that time period right there, right here, between this time period is when Göbekli Tepe has been dated. Right there. Let me know if y'all understand. If y'all understand that, give me a 1 up in the chat. If you understand that the dating of Göbekli Tepe is during this time period, right here. If you understand that, give me a 1 up in the chat. Can we slow it down? See, I got your attention now. We had to drop a megaton light bomb on all them platforms. Now we got your attention. Now, even if you mad, you're going to read what we're talking about so you can try to debunk it, but you ain't going to be able to debunk it, man. You can't debunk this. All right? You understand that this is the same time period in which Göbekli Tepe is dated. Same exact time period. Now look at this. Now look at this. The name of the arc cycle was the Ark of Day, D-A-E. The name of the Ethereum who was sent by the creator to govern and manage this arc cycle is Osiris. It's just one problem. Osiris, the green nigga in Egypt, the green guy in Egypt, this guy right here. Let me show you something. This is the Judgment Hall of Ma'at. All right, this green guy in spandex sitting on the throne. Y'all, this is circa 2700 BC. This is 8,000 years after the arc cycle I just showed you. She was like, well, what pictures do you have of this Osiris you talking about? None. He wasn't worshipped. The only proof we have is the inspiration that he left behind. The proof that he inspired these things. But now we don't got no image of the Osiris we reading about. We got an image of this nigga right here, this green guy in spandex with some type of elongated hat on. Quite funny. Because this is Ball or L right here. He got the same stuff on. You just see him from the front. He got 2 things in his hands. He got the same type of headpiece on. And he's sitting on the throne. In the image of a man. That's Ball right there. Sometimes identified as L. But Ball or L and Osiris were all on the same team. Only Owaski reveals that, and that explains why they dressed alike. Only Owaski reveals that Baal, Astaroth, and Osiris used to be on the same squad. That explains why they dressed the same. Feel that? We. I know somebody mad. Somebody God feel, and everybody mad at your brother Maccabee. Let's say, hold on. We're getting mad. What you getting mad about? It's okay. Oh man, what you call it? Hold on, you had that. My bad, y'all. Put this back up. Dang. Where's my where's my timetable just go? Alright, hold on, y'all. Put a timetable back up. Where it did, where's it go? That deal slid on me. Now, hold on, let me pull it back up again. Let me show y'all that. So we ain't talking about that Osiris you just saw, because what's the date on him? 8,000 years later. Man, I can't believe that. This should just be bouncing. Right, let me go back in here and pull this up, y'all. Hold on one second. I'm glad everybody getting some understanding. If you're getting some understanding, go ahead and give me a Yahoo up in the chat. Bless up, man. Bless up. Let me go back here and find it then. I don't like when they do that. It's like it just slid off on me. All right, let me pull that timetable. So we understand this in the Göbekli Tepe is dated to the same time period. That's what we understand. Right here. I don't know why that deal slid off on me. That's weird. All right, open with fifth step. Come on up, kid. All right, here we go. Here it come, here it come, here it come, here it come. All right, bang, back where I was at. Okay, so let's look at that again. All right, this arc cycle, 21st arc cycle after the creation of man or mortal, started in 10,353 BC, and it ended in 7,053 BC. The dating of Göbekli Tepe is 9,990 BCE. So it's with the building of Göbekli Tepe, a temple that was made to study the stars and be an observatory of the cosmos, was dated to this same time period. Now, trip off this. About this. It's called the Ark of Day, the Etherian that was sent by the creator to govern and manage that arc cycle. His name is Osiris, but not the green guy we just showed you. He's 8,000 years later. His rank he was an Orion god. You remember that article I showed you? They got the talking about the Orion. See? The Orion's built and all that. Well, that's connected to this Osiris, not the Osiris in Egypt. All right, and it was the 6th era. And this is what he inspired in the earth: astrology and science. See that? See that? We ain't making none of this up. So now that we know the time period, now that we know the name of the theory, now we know that astrology and science, right? With the arc cycle date, we know the time period, when it started, when it ended, correct? And we know the dating of Göbekli Tepe. Now, let's go over and read what OWASP has to say about any of this. All right, let's go read it and see. Bang. Bang. Bang, 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 bang. Don't forget they call this sucker the Hill of Osiris. Y'all do remember that, right? Go back up, review that real quick. It ain't gonna take us long. Now I'm gonna end with the reading that article about the Noah's Ark hoax. We believe a flood happened over here. It just happened much earlier, and it don't happen how the Bible say it happened. Okay. Why is Göbekli Tepe that's dated back to 9,990 BCE, the same time period or the arc cycle of data, 21st arc cycle? It started in 10,353 BCE. Why is it called the second hill of Osiris? How are they dating into the same time period of the Etherian angel that came before Osiris the False 8,000 years later? How are they connecting this to Orion's belt? You see that? So we ain't just talking. We got receipts over this way. Okay, so watch this. Watch this. Let's go to the book of Osiris, son of the Creator. And let's see. Let's see what he was doing. Well, now that we know the time period, right? We know the time period. So let's see. And how does this match up with OSP? That was her question. What archaeology validates OSP? She got a shit rock. She got a shit rock, man. Because y'all think we over here playing and fumbling and worshiping a white man. Like, look, we don't care nothing about none of that. We tripping off what's in the book, the information. You see, how long you gonna let somebody hold you outside of getting something and tap dance around and blame it on how somebody's looking? Meanwhile, you read a Bible that says a donkey spoke. Meanwhile, you read in the Bible that says the Creator used Cyrus the Persian and called him a Messiah, his Messiah, to deliver his people out of bondage, but he used a foreign. Come on, man, we got to get past all that. We supposed to be higher. We supposed to be vibrating higher than just colorism. That's all I'm saying. All right, got a little bit more. We're gonna get up out of here. We're about to come on with Daryl Cosmon in a second. All right. All right. We got to come on with Daryl Cosmon in about 40 minutes. All right, so I'm about to show this and show that, and I'm going to get on up out of here. Right on for swinging through with your bruh. But we just had to go and show, like, look, kill all the goofy shit, man. You know what I mean? Kill all the goofy shit. Like, look, stop it. She ain't qualified to be out here teaching. Not lusting to be right so bad that you sacrifice your integrity just to seem like you right. And the whole time, we got your source. You see that? The whole time we got your source. And look at this. It says right here, chapter 12, the book of Osiris, son of the Creator. Osir, through his mathematicians, now furnished the lords with maps of corporeal stars and the sun belt, zodiac, Ankh. Y'all know that Ankh is really supposed to be a star map. You know, people today ain't got to worship in Ankhs and all that. You don't even know what it was given for. Eventually, initially, you don't even know. Osir, through his mathematicians, now furnished the lords with maps of corporeal stars and the sun belt, zodiac, or the Ankh, and bestowed names of animals upon them. See the animals that was at Gobekli Tepe? The animals that they talking about at Gobekli Tepe? On the pillars right there? See the animal right there? That has to do with the zodiac, y'all. It ain't got nothing to do with Noah's Ark. The animals that got off Noah's Ark. No. Noah's Ark didn't happen to 2100 BC. 2500 years ago, according to Naphtali. Or 4500 years ago, excuse me. That puts it right around 2500, same time period. But Gobekli Tepe, y'all, is dated back to the 10th millennium, 12,000 years ago. It predates the flood by 8,000 years. By the time the flood happened, Gobekli Tepe had already been buried. By the time biblical flood, should I say, Gobekli Tepe had already been buried. You see what I'm saying? Timeline is off, and as long as the timeline is off, you're gonna be chasing your tail. The animals that are on the pillars that Gobekli Tepe, y'all, are astrological and have astrological connotation. It has nothing to do with Noah's Ark, unless you're telling me Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth carved these after they got off the boat. Stop it, man. Let's not play. Let's not play. All right. Book of Osir. And bestowed names of animals upon them. Upon what? The zodiac. Showing the position of the moon, sun, and the earth in it. Show where the regions of cows was, the places of bulls, the places of birds, the places of horses, the places of fishes, the place of scorpions, the place of sheep. You find all these animals on the pillars in Gobekli Tepe. All those animals. The place of scorpions, the place of sheep, the place of lions, the place of crabs, the place of death, Sagittarius, the place of light, Gemini, the place of Capricorn, and marked the seasons, and made 12 sections to the year, and marked the seasons, and made 12 sections to the year, which was the width of the sun belt. 12 months of the year was inspired to be made through the son of the Creator named Osir. He's inspiring them. He's setting up a whole astrological, basically college, man, where you learn how to avert famine, avoid famine, learn how to prophesy, you dig, understand how to read the stars and all that. See? High level over this way. Look at it. And now you know the 12 sections of the year correspond to the width of the sun belt. Look at it. And he placed the sun in the center of the belt and made lines from there to the stars with explanations of the powers of the seasons on all the living. And he gave the times of the creator. See, look what Osiris inspiring. He's even showing you how to prophesy. And he gave the times of Jehovah, or Yahweh, the 400 years of the ancients, the half times of Dan, the base of prophecy, the variations of 33 years, the times of 11, and the 7.5 times of the vortices of the stars, so that the seasons could be foretold. Prophecy, so that the seasons could be foretold and famines averted on the earth. That's the whole point. The whole point of what he's giving you, so you can be at an advantage, because the earth travels through its periods of light and darkness. You need to know how to tell time. You need to know how to prophesy, how to avoid famine, how to foretell the seasons. Nothing evil. Nothing evil. Look at this. When the tablets were completed and ready to deliver to the lords, Osiris said, "Take these and bestow them on mortals." So the whole thing goes down in the heavens first, and then the angels that roll with bruh is told, look, get these to the mortals. Both. This is how they gonna give them to mortals, both through the oracles and by inspiration. So by direct inspiration and through the oracles who are in the oracle houses. You know what an oracle is. Y'all remember the movie 300? Leonidas had to climb that big old wall to holler at the oracles before he went to war. All ancient cultures had oracles. You know what I mean? Those who were tapped in spiritually speaking. So both through the oracles and by inspiration. This is how man gets the understanding of the cosmos. This is how man gets the calendars. This is how man gets the knowledge. All right? Look at this. Making them sacred with the prophets, seers, priests, and their kings and queens. Look at this. This is what Osiris is saying. Now remember, from 10,353 BC, 7,053. This is when all this is going down. And look what's being inspired. And you shall inspire them to build temples of observation, to study the stars, to do what? To do what? To do what? Wow. Gobekli Tepe, Archaeological, and the second hill of Osiris. That right there, y'all, shouldn't exist if YHWH's is false. Nor should it be dated to the same time period. The port of Asar. Archaeoastronomy. Gobekli Tepe. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. So we got during the same time period. And remember, y'all, YHWH was written down in 1881. Gobekli Tepe wasn't discovered till 1994. That makes YHWH a primary source. How is it written in YHWH that during this time period, the first temples of astrological observation were being inspired to be built? How was this discovered 113 years later after this is written down? After all, Gobekli Tepe had been buried for 12,000 years? Close to it, 10,000 years, close to it. Look at that. That shouldn't even exist nor be dated to the same time period if what we read right here is wrong. And you shall inspire them to build temples of observation. To what? To study the stars. Teaching by the Gal and by the travel of the sun, north and south, and by the sea nest or the North Star, and by dark chambers, so that they can prove the fictus of Hall. For all that can be done or taught shall be to prove man's corporeal senses adequate for a perfect physical life. What is the fictus of Hall? Y'all not listening to it, but y'all listening now. You know why? Because we came through and dropped a megaton light bomb. We hit every platform. Creative Gang is in the building. Fictus of Hall refers to 24,000 years periods as will be seen in another place. When great changes take place on the earth, it also refers to an average position of the North Star. And yet again, the same term applies to certain distances from the sun where planets have orbits. It is by this rule that astronomers to this day judge of the place where a planet is likely to be discovered. The ruined temples of India and Eastern Persia suggest that. At the time of their building, the astronomers of those days knew nearly as much of the heavens as we do today. Some 5,000 years afterward, these things were taught in Egypt when the first pyramids were built. According to the rules in prophecy, prophesying has rules, yo. It ain't something you just wake up, smell your coffee, and start doing. No. There's rules to it. Prophecy is something that is learned to be used as a tool for your advantage. According to the rules in prophecy, these astronomical desires came to man every 11,006 and 5,000 years. As soon as she asked about archaeology, this is where I went to. Yeah. And you shall inspire them to build temples of observation to study the stars. What time period is this? 10th millennium BC. When is Göbekli Tepe dated? 10th millennium BC. That's a crusher right there. And that's just one thing of archaeology that we have. We have so much. You know what I mean? We got so much to bring to the table. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, I'm about to get up out of here. Let me read this to y'all real quick, though. We got Daryl Cosmine coming up in about 30 minutes on Creative Gang TV. Y'all go like, subscribe, share. Let's get it done. All right, let's read this, though, about... Let's read this right here. Let's read this, man. All right. Let's read what's going on. We about to get up out of here. I'm glad everybody got some understanding. Shout out to the bros, man. Shout out to Steel City Brew, Benaya. I heard you yesterday, bro. You know I ain't got nothing but love for you, all right? You know what I mean? Ain't nothing but love. But look, your brain over here on nothing evil, demonic, or satanic. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. We the one telling you better not kill your child. We the one telling you better not go to war. Shout out to my brother Elijah. You know, he reached out to me last night too. Hey, salute, King. You already know. Shout out to Shebaniah from Israel. I heard you on there yesterday. You dig? One day we have a chance to chop it up. You dig? And really sit down and get it in. But we got to be real with ourselves, bro. Like, I ain't trying to talk to nobody that ain't willing to be real with themselves first. Meaning when you see some shit that's fucked up and it rock your spirit in Bible, you got to come on outside and call it for what it is, man. Don't try to, make it say something that's not saying. It says what it says. All right? Ain't nothing but love over this way, man. You dig? But, hey, your girl committed suicide by her own source. We got the source and pulled it up. Pulled up the page she had pulled up. And she claimed it said it was 12,000. The earth was created 12,000 years ago, according to that source. That source don't say that at all. And she knew it didn't say that. And for the sake of looking right, she compromised her honor and her integrity. Naphtali, it's time for you to sit your ass down. Fope, y'all looking bad for that one. You're looking bad. You dig? And you should have known she ain't going to be able to get past me. Y'all already know that. I'm a whole different type of force. You can't compare Malachi Maccabee to Jabari and what's the nigga named Shaka Utmost? Nigga with the dress on that you used to have a side lock hanging off his head. Speak like he got a whole mouthful of gravel. Man, sit down somewhere. What you mean she beat up Shaka Utmost? Who wouldn't? She beat up Jabari, which I don't. Matter of fact, I don't even think she won that one. But I mean, he don't want no smoke either. I got somebody for Jabari, Chris Harris, to YAH'KI. I got somebody for, look, we got somebody for everybody you got on that side. Easy work. Now look at this. Amid Noah's Ark hoax, television. A man who claimed on CBS Special to have located the Ark now says it was a setup. Look at that. She was all the wood and Noah's Ark and geothermal thermal imaging and the Canaanite gods. The man who said he discovered the snow-covered location of Noah's Ark high, and this is out the LA Times, y'all. All right, this is the LA Times. All right. The man who said he discovered the snow-covered location of Noah's Ark high on Mount Ararat in Turkey, and who displayed what he claimed to be an ancient piece of wood from inside the Ark as proof on a CBS special earlier this year, now says it was a hoax. Wow, and this was written in 93, y'all. October 30th, 1993. You know what I mean? Look at this right here. Obviously, you not blocked. You on here commenting. Look at Naphtali. Oh. You know, you ain't no threat, woman. You not blocked. I see your comment. Like, look, listen. It's time for you to sit down. It's just time to sit down, sis. You're not, you know what I mean? This woman thinks she blocked you. Do y'all see her? Come on, why she blocked? You're very delusional. How are you blocked and we see your comment? Y'all put a 7 in the chat if y'all see Naphtali's comment. What do you mean you blocked? And that's what I'm saying. You think you, look, sis, listen to me. Sit down. You not ready. That source you pull is, look, and even now you being bullheaded and prideful. You just got caught lying. Not all ignorance is evil. Come on by tonight for a great lesson of learning, 7 p.m. And why am I blocked over here? That much of a threat? One woman army. Woman, your ass ain't blocked over here. And no, you're not a threat. And no, you not no army. Look, girl, you just been found out to be a fraud. Your source you pulled, we got your source. We pulled it out. We showed it. It don't say nothing about no 12,000 years, boo-boo. And about this, even if it did, guess what? How in the hell is the earth 12,000 years and Gobekli Tepe 12,000 years old? You mean to tell me Gobekli Tepe and the earth was created at the same time? Sit your ass down somewhere, woman. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. And everybody sees it now. We pulled your source up. We went right through it. So no, you're not a threat. No, you're not blocked. And no, you're not no army. You're remedial. You don't know what you're talking about. And trip out this. Whatever you decide to do tonight, go into that source you said you had. The one you pulled up. And show the world that it say the earth was made 12,000 years ago. If anything outside of that, guess what? You disingenuous. You ain't being real. You ain't being real. You still making stuff up. You claiming you're blocked. You're claiming you an army. You know what I mean? It's time to sit down. And remove that moray off your name. It's time to stand down. Ooh-wee. 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 You hear that? You feel that? Back to Noah's Ark hoax. Said it was a hoax. Look at it. George Jamal, an out-of-work Israeli actor living in North Long Beach. North Long Beach admitted in an interview this week that he made up the story to expose those who produce and broadcast what he considers to be poorly researched religious propaganda. He said he made it up. Presented with this information by the Times, CBS decided Friday to scrap 2 projects that were in development with Sun International Pictures. The Salt Lake City-based production company that made the incredible discovery of Noah's Ark, which CBS broadcast in February to an estimated 20 million viewers. Look at this. Part of the network's decisions not to move ahead with the Sun program's revelations and the UFO phenomenon stemmed from the tactics Sun used several months ago to try to pry a confession from Jamal, including threats that CBS was going to sue him, which the network adamantly denies. Look at this. All of this has clearly made us re-examine our business relationship with Sun, and we won't be going forward with those projects, network spokeswoman Susan Tick said Friday. But Mysteries of the Ancient World, another program from Sun examining such phenomenon as the Sphinx, Nostradamus, the Bermuda Triangle, and the Shroud of Turin, has essentially been completed and will air on CBS. That program has been carefully reviewed for accuracy by the network's legal department and program practices department, Tick said. Incredible Discovery came under strong criticism because of its case for the existence of Noah's Ark, as described in the Bible, was said to be based heavily. Not sure about this. She was running her mouth the other day claiming she was a creationist. Look at this. Incredible Discovery came under strong criticism. Incredible Discovery came under strong criticism because its case for the existence of Noah's Ark, as described in the Bible, was said to be based heavily on the views of who? Creationists. That's what she claimed. She claims she's a creationist. It's all made up. Let me get down to where the nigga brought the wood from Long Beach. And then we're going to come on back on. We're going to come on back on in about 20 minutes with our dear beloved brother, Daryl Cosmo. He got a beautiful presentation he's about to do. Now look at this. For Jamal's perspective, the deception was painfully obvious. The sacred wood from the ark was actually from some railroad tracks in Long Beach, he said. And he has never set foot in Turkey. Ball game. You can't look. Hey, Quinaf, bring your biggest gun when you run down on me, boy. Bring your biggest gun running down on me. You dig? But that was easy. That was light work. And had we had a chance to keep going, we would have destroyed the whole thing. The whole thing. You dig? But all praise, glory, and honor. You understand? To the ever-present creator, the all in all, the always was, is, and never shall be. All right, the great spirit, the I am that I am. We ain't quibbling and fighting over no names and nothing like that. All right. But if y'all got some understanding and y'all understand that Naphtali is a fraud. And why I say she a fraud? Why I say she a fraud? Because she lied. She pulled a source and say, this is my timeline. It's a good book. They say 6,000 years. I mean 6,000 to 12,000 years. And all that. We got your book. We got your book. We got it. And what the book say? Not what you say at all. That means you lying. And it also means you knew you was lying. But for the sake of seeming like you know what you're talking about, instead of being solid and saying, you know what, that's a good point. You can't even be real first. Too compromised, too bound by the false gods. You can't even keep it real with yourself first. You dig? So if y'all got some understanding today and realize that woman is a damn liar. She's a fraud. You dig? And she don't need to be teaching nothing right now. If y'all understand that, give me a 1 up in the chat. Bless up. Yeah, you're fraud, all that, Misha. You already know. But nice, Steel City, bro. You know you all good, bro. You know you always welcome over here to come chop it up with us. It's all good. You know we ain't tripping. Look, you know where that light at, though, bro. Yeah, you always welcome over here. You know where the light at. You know what a megaton light bomb is. And you know what's going on. Like, you have enough sense to know that. You did. But salute, you spoke honorably of me last night. So I ain't never mad at you. You know what I mean? Aliyah, I see you in the chat, bro. You did. Everybody spoke honorably. Everybody, it was honorable. And that's what's up. You did. But the title of the video is Naphtali beat the brakes off Malachi Maccabee. I finally click on it, and it's an intervention. Malaki, come on back home, man. like, bro, look, stop all that. Look. If I didn't come off the way I came, y'all would have shamed me and been joning on me. When I come through and bomb this shit and set it off, now I got your attention. Now you can come on over to Creator Gang TV, like, subscribe, share, and learn what we talking about. That's it. That's it, because we have a lot of light to offer to the nation of Israel and to humanity, period. It's time for y'all to come home to the Creator. Everything written in the Bible ain't right and exact about the Creator. It's not. Certain things you got to call into question because it violates his character. Shout out to my brother, Young Prince, man, Millennium Zion, Prince Judah. He got on there yesterday and so cordially handled y'all. Said, nah, man, Mally good. That's big bruh. You dig? He just handled y'all with common sense, man. Little bro got on there, I'm talking about by himself, and just handled it. Like it was real easy. You dig? So now, y'all, I ain't fell off. I came up. You dig? I ain't losing light. I'm loading up. Whenever you don't hear from me, just know I'm loading up. I got something else I'm going to bring out. You know what I mean? Ain't no falling off or losing the light. How when we shining more light than everybody? How when we kicking everybody's ass? How when we talk? Look, if this was a Dr. Seuss book, if this was a Dr. Seuss book, you think, would none of y'all be, we wouldn't be living in none of y'all head rent free right now. Can y'all see that? Kind of weird with this range. This the old WAH'S for y'all that don't know. If this was a Dr. Seuss book, y'all, if this was a Dr. Seuss book, y'all, we wouldn't be able to do what we doing out here. We wouldn't be able to run through all these platforms. We wouldn't be able to be bringing clarity and, you know, people reaching out to us saying the things y'all saying changing our lives. Makes sense to me. We wouldn't be able to do this if this was a green eggs and ham book. You see? A WAH'S ain't just around here talking about, you know, it teaches you how to prophesy. But you got to get down, man. Get down, learn, listen, you know, tap in. We teach classes, several classes every week. So Creator Gang TV. You dig? Y'all go like, subscribe, share. Everybody. We got the whole squad over there. From brothers to sisters. We all learning. We all raising up. We all vibrating high. We all love our Creator. We all love humanity. We all love creation. Right? We the Creator Gang. Gang is an acronym. Gods and Nirvanian goddesses. Because that's what we all, brothers and sisters, will become one day. We never become the Creator. But once you cross over and train and educate and advance higher and higher, one of the degrees, one of the titles that you will hold is true God of heaven and earth, or goddess. Never worship, though. Never worship. Yeah. So yeah. I'm about to get up off here. We be right back up on Creator Gang TV, y'all, in about 13 minutes. Right on for coming through, chopping it up with your brother. You dig? But y'all already know me. So if anything that says it's a battle, y'all know how I'm coming. I'm not coming to play. You dig? I'm coming. Look, I'm coming for blood. I ain't coming to play. We debating, battling, all that. You dig? And all y'all tried to huddle up to trip us up, but Creator already had us on it. That's why none of it worked. None of your tactics you came up with worked. Trying to shame us or make me look stupid. None of it worked. You feel me? But that's why I had to handle Apostle like that. That's why I had to handle Naphtali like that. That's why I had to handle when I was on Fope and all in the what was that last week? Same way. That's how I had to handle the source debate lead the same way. I'm not playing with none of these niggas. I'm here to bomb. Yeah. And we can have a cordial conversation after. I'm here to bomb the whole set. Why? Because you can't play with Israel, man. Israel will drag you out the room. Israel will laugh you and mock you, and you be around here with your tail tucked like a scolded wet dog. You understand? Nah. I'd rather y'all think I'm crazy as all hell than soft. That nigga nuts. Yeah, would say that, but I ain't soft. You dig? And you respected enough to understand. Let me tap in with bro and see what he talking about. All right, so love y'all indeed and in truth. I proved and showed that the FOPE debate champion Naphtali committed suicide with her own source. Then she ran her monkey ass on her and got a nerve to talk about she's blocked and she's a threat and a one woman army. No, you're not. You're none of that. We just showed the world you're false. We just showed it. You know what I mean? It's time for you to stand down, study. Study. You know what I mean? Listen. You know what I mean? And whenever it's time for you to open your mouth again, whenever it's time for you to open your mouth again, never sacrifice your integrity and honor. Never sacrifice your integrity and honor for the sake of sounding right. You dig? Never do that. You dig? That right there proves you ain't no authentic teacher. Right? Because what we gonna do is be real first at all costs. Before we any of that, we real. Right? If you ain't willing to be an objective realist or be real about what you talking about, you ain't ready to rap at us. All right. So till the next time, y'all, love y'all indeed in truth. Create a gang. You bring them, we raise them. Pray for yourselves. Hear that? Like you learned how to pray over on Honor and Humility years ago. Now you should be able to pray. You should be able to heal. We teach these things. We talk these things. It ain't for you to be running to me every time you need prayer. This is how you pray. This is how you activate. It's how you unleash that spirit within you and direct the healing. You dig? I heard somebody say that they was healing. We still healing. What is you talking about? But we teach you how to yourself. That's what a good teacher does. He teaches you so you don't have to keep coming back to him. You see that? So man, ain't nothing but love and light over this way. Jamie, I see you, sis. Bless up. Big homie NehemiYAH, I see you. Bless up. My brother Steve in Spiritual Light Shock. Bless up. Man, that brother had me hollering. Hey, y'all be getting on that brother nerves with all this Millie Mouth misfit talk. Y'all be getting on that brother nerves, man. That brother be about ready to slap one of y'all. I'm trying to tell you. My brother Nazarene, the same faith is bless up. My brother Louis, bless up. The same Nazarene, bless up. Cosmon Cal, bless up. Daryl Cosmon, bless up. Louis, bless up. Reza, bless up. Sila Shalom, bless up. Mahat, y'all, bless up. Bless up to all y'all in the building. Misha, bless up, love. Love all y'all indeed in truth. Y'all equipped with what y'all need to know. If you ever have a conversation with the sister, sit her down, let her know. Like, look, don't ever do that again. You know what I mean? You out here looking silly. You dig? Now everybody finna be looking at you on the side of your face. Like you a mental midget. Never do that. Take advice from your big brother Maccabee. Never sacrifice your integrity and honor just to seem like you sound right. When somebody call you on it, you're gonna be looking crazy. You know what I mean? So bless up. All praises, glory now to the ever-present creator, the all in all, that always was, is, and ever shall be. The great I am that I am, the mighty creator, the great spirit, the mighty Yahweh, Jehovah, whatever name you use. Bless you in the name of the great spirit, the master of all light. Bless up. Create a gang in the building. You bring them, we raise them. Malachi Maccabee, Mali Megaton Light Bomb Maccabee. I'm about this deal. Bless up.